Whoa!
We are live here from the Omaha Baseball Village for a special edition of Unsportsmanlike Conduct with me, Matt McMaster, and as opposed to what the intro said, Gary Sharp, my morning day counterpart here at OBV Hour 1, presented by Union Bake and Trust. No matter where life takes you, you can always feel good about baking with UBT, member FDIC, and the 1620 The Zone hydration sponsor is Coke Zero Sugar. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Take a taste. It
is not.
Live. Whoa! Whoa! Yes, it is. It very much is.
Diet Coke is.
No, it's Coke Zero Sugar, Gary. It's the best tasting Coke
Diet
ever.
Coke is better than Coke Zero.
We are live here at the Omaha Baseball Village as we are raring and revving up to Game 1 of the CWS Championship Series as the LSU Tigers take on the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers.
Son of a mother, it's hot.
It is hot here at the OBV, not because we're on the air, it's because the sun, for whatever reason, has decided to become closer to the earth today for Game 1 of the Championship Series as my partner, Gary Sharp. Gary, you're already standing up. So you have a reputation. You are notorious for when you do this show, you are the man of the people. You've never met a stranger.
How you doing?
Love interacting with others, with the fans, so much so that you don't do these shows anymore. You're not allowed to do them.
I get one show a year.
They
let me out of the box. Go Tigers. All right. We have to figure out what kind of crowd we have first,
Sure.
all right?
We don't have a crowd at all.
We have a lot of LSU fans that are out in the parking lot and are around the stadium. It's going to be a huge LSU night tonight, right, ma'am?
It will be.
Yeah, go Tigers. Yeah, go Tigers. Going to be all kinds of LSU fans, all right?
Yes.
So we are here until 5:45. All right, we have things to give away.
Nobody is here. Nobody's in
We
front
have
of
things
you.
to give away. We have discussion about tonight's game. Kate Anderson against Cam Flukie. What's up, brother? All right, give it to me. All right, you can walk away because I'm about to say something you shouldn't hear. Now we got to figure out what kind of crowd we have here,
Sure,
all right?
Sure.
Ready?
Go ahead.
All kinds of LSU fans everywhere. Let's see what kind of crowd we have.
We don't have a crowd.
Oh! Bam! Brother! Yes! Yes! We are off to a great start.
You are a riot.
Let's go!
I walked here onto the set. I got here at 2:30. You got here at 2:45. You walked on and you immediately
Did I just do a
yeah, get gritty. Do the gritty.
Damn.
Do the gritty.
No, I can only do it once an hour. That's what it says on the sheet.
It's right here.
Thank
You
you,
have to do
ma'am.
the gritty. You got to put your eyes and you got to come like that.
How
the new
friggin'
wave.
good was the 2019 LSU offense?
They were football or
unbelievable.
baseball?
Oh, football.
Oh,
Football.
the 2019 LSU offense, that was Joe Burrow. That was Thaddeus Moss was on that team.
Of all the people on that team, that's one of the first guys you go
Yes,
to.
Thaddeus
Not
Moss.
Joe Burrow.
I said Joe Burrow.
Not the wide receivers.
No, Thad Moss, the son of Randy Moss, who was actually picked up by the Washington Commanders. And then I don't think he ever made a roster. He was really good on that team. You also had Jamar Chase on that roster. Nebraska's very own Trey Palmer was on that team as well. It was a very, very good LSU offense. And now who about Clyde Edwards-Helaire was on that team?
Yeah.
He was kind of a flame out for your Kansas City Chiefs, if we're being honest.
Thank you. You are a good American and a Louisianan.
You want to try it again with more people around you?
No, because there's young people.
It is 101 degrees here at the Omaha Baseball Village. On my walk from Lot D to here, I got tired. I got sweaty. I got zapped.
Tired?
I got tired. I was like,
How do you get tired?
I was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and you're walking in the sun for a good 10 minutes, and it just zaps right out of you. Today is not.
Why are you a wimp?
What do you mean? Am I a wimp? I said is I got a little tired. I'm not the guy. 11,000 steps today. Congratulations.
Actually, 12,000.
You played golf. How did your round go, you psycho?
It went well, but I did not walk the course, so I got my walk in today.
I did not. I woke up,
GBR.
got a coffee. Now I've walked here, and I'm tired because the heat index is 110.
Yeah.
Definitely not a day to drink all the beers in the world. Definitely a day to drink water.
Yeah, don't become a viral sensation by being passed out at the Omaha Baseball Village. And this wonderful woman over here, ma'am, what's your name? Rosie? So when you pass out, Rosie isn't the one that has to pick you up, or she's writing on your forehead or stacking beer cups on top of you to treat you like a beer snake. So don't be stupid today, okay? Because it's hot. It really is hot.
Be smart.
Love you, Rosie.
Drink your water. Rosie's working hard right now. She is sweeping up. She's cleaning up after others, all right? And let's make sure that we're cleaning up after ourselves today.
That should be a sponsor of the show.
We have a really, really good matchup today. Game 1, CWS Championship Series. The Chanticleers. Don't call them the Chanticleers, or Kevin Schnall will find you and tell you that you have to get their name correct. They have won 26 games in a row from the Sun Belt Conference, a mid-major conference. But regardless, they have swept through this NCAA tournament. Their run differential throughout the entire tournament is plus 39. Their run differential through the College World Series specifically, when they beat Arizona, Oregon State, and Louisville, is plus 15. They've been playing some of the best ball in the country leading up to this game. Take on Superman of the baseball universe, the LSU Tigers, and Jay Johnson, as the Tigers look to capture their 8th College World Series title. It would be their most recent was in 2023. They would have captured all 8 titles since 1991. An absolutely incredible. I mean, this is it's not a David versus Goliath, because Coastal Carolina has won enough to go past being David. But this definitely is the, established power versus the up-and-comer.
I agree. I mean, you don't get this far this season without winning 26 in a row. They're really, really good. Here's the thing, though. Like, Coastal Carolina has been good against teams that underestimate them. Jay Johnson won't, because he lost in the championship series to him 9 years ago, and he knows that Coastal Carolina is a really good baseball program, so they won't overlook him. Mm-hmm. I love this matchup. First of all, the pitching is great. The pitching is going to be – they're going to be throwing the exact same as the temperature. That's how good the pitching is.
98 and 99, baby.
But here's the other thing is I think there is a little bit – both teams are very edgy.
Yes.
Like, Coastal Carolina has walked around with a chip on their shoulder. Like, if Kevin Schnall was my head coach, I'd love him long time.
Yes.
Okay? But if I am against him and I'm an opposing fan base, I think he's in the lead spot in the douche canoe. Because he's that kind of guy that is focused, that is about his brand, that is about his team, and he's going to stick up for his team, and I love it. He's my head coach.
Yeah.
He is great, and I know why I'm here, because of what he demands, and he sticks to the process, and he never gets caught up in the moment. But if I'm LSU, I'm LSU.
Yeah.
This is our invitational. We welcome teams to play against us in the championship series. I think it's a great matchup. I hope we get 3 days of baseball. But, man, tonight is huge. Tonight is a huge game. Either Kate Anderson or Cam Fluke are going to shove tonight. Maybe both of them shove. So we got the 2 best teams. Mm-hmm. If you look at the brackets, like, I think an indicator is whip. And that never lets me down. Like, ma'am, if you ever get in trouble,
whip has never let you down.
Ma'am, piece of advice: whip is the way to go. Whip is the way to go. So
when in doubt, walks, hits, and innings pitch.
Yes, judge by the whip. The best whip usually gets to this part of the season in the championship series, and that's exactly what happened.
Well, good thing Indiana Jones going to make his way to Omaha, because both these teams would be screwed.
Have we ever had the discussion?
Yeah,
what are the top 5 ways that people have died in an Indiana Jones movie?
Ooh, that is great. Definitely drinking out of a chalice and turning into a skeleton.
You guys ever thought about that?
No,
I just randomly bumping around the house on a Sunday, and you're like, what are the 5 top ways that somebody has died in Indiana Jones?
Well, probably in that one embassy when it was like burning down and just things were falling everywhere. That's got to be a tough one.
Yeah.
The spikes, when they're going through the Temple of Doom, you got to think, right, before Indiana ran away from the boulder, right?
Oh, you're going to be hot wearing that outfit today. Sorry.
You got to think, before Indiana Jones ran away from the boulder, that boulder definitely killed somebody before, right? When he stole the Golden Skull, was it? Do you have any other input?
No, I think these are great.
Okay. I was just.
I'm not really into death, but I thought it was a great question.
I thought you had the answer, considering the fact it seemed like you just think at night before you go to bed. What were the best ways people died in
Don't
Indiana
most people
Jones?
think at night before they go to bed?
I think at night,
The
but
people that don't are the ones that get in trouble.
I think about what bets am I going to
Little
make
fatherly
tomorrow
advice, son.
morning. These people can't hear you. Half them can't hear you. They're
No,
not
they can. We got a
here
speaker.
yet.
We got a speaker.
I cannot wait to see what happens when there are more and more people closer to game time crowding around the table asking about our torpedo bats in the front here, and not 2 hours before the game where people are getting their bearings.
You got an extra sucker? Keep it moving, kid.
Pete Crow Armstrong just hit a homer. Cubs are winning 10-6 right now.
I know.
against the
It's
Mariners.
another thing about today. I like that kid. That kid's got an attitude.
Didn't you just tell him to keep it moving?
Yeah, and he came back because he wanted a fist bump.
Yeah.
Uncle Sharpie. So that's at Wrigley today where it's super warm.
It is very warm.
So
today
it is
at Wrigley.
also very windy here in downtown
It is
Omaha.
very windy. Good point.
So you know how the Flags, most of the games that have been played, the wind has been blowing in.
Yeah.
Now, LSU is going to hit the home run. It is Coastal Carolina that's got a relentless lineup 1 through 9. But again, we have a top-notch pitching matchup, especially with Kate Anderson, who could go anywhere from first to fourth next month in the draft. Watch the Flags when you get into the ballpark because it is a warm, warm day. And I'll be curious to see if the ball is going to carry like it is at Wrigley Field.
The LSU Tigers are a power offense. They're just a power team. This is one of the very few teams in the
That guy's
country.
going to be really good for the Omaha Mavericks this year. Hey, brother. Good to see you. Hey, I loved your skit, by the way. That was awesome.
Oh,
yeah.
That was sick. That was incredibly
Brock
funny.
Shaw,
You did
Omaha
a
Scott.
great
He'll be a
job.
freshman
That
in Omaha.
was awesome.
He's going to be a terror in the Summer League.
Yes. Seeing Glover, it was Glover, right, who did the skit,
Yes,
who was
yes,
the leader
yes.
of that skit. Him not breaking character when those guys were doing what they were doing, it was absolutely incredible. Team bonding.
Brock was one of the top players in the state of Nebraska this past year, committed to Omaha. He's going to so they've been practicing for about 3 weeks. They just got back from a retreat at the Lake of the Ozarks. He's going to be a dude.
Okay.
We got to take him to the buffet.
Sure.
But he's going to be a dude in the Summit League.
You definitely have to put on a little weight here. But on top of it, though, the Mavs going to be reloaded this year. Going to be recharged after making the first NCAA tournament. We are a Maverick town. Okay, we are a Maverick show.
We are the Blue Jays, and we have the Huskers.
We have the Huskers.
You listen to the USC theme song.
What? Oh, yeah. Sorry, let me sing it. Creighton and yes, UNO on sportsmanlike conduct on 1620 the zone. You like that?
Very well done.
What I was going to say, though, is that LSU has 700 strikeouts and 100 home runs, power baseball team. Very few in the country have been able to accomplish that. So, should be a good game. Should be a good matchup. I'm just waiting for you. At this point, I'll get my sport points out as quickly as I can, and then you get up and you start talking to people, and it'll be a nice reset.
So compared to the other shows that have been down here, we
Sure.
probably talk more sports right now, right?
No.
Oh, no?
We have talked. Me and Josh Peterson, we were all business. We were all sports 24/7. When I got up and started doing my Gary Sharp impression and started walking around and talking to people, that's when it was
Did Josh get upset?
went off the rails. I don't know if he ever got upset, but he definitely was taken aback at certain points. You have come here like a bull in a china shop in segment one of established.
No, it's day one of the championship series. It is Omaha. They do songs about this city. People move here. We have over 1 million people live in this city, and this is our state fair. It is the state fair hosted by Omaha that we welcome all Americans into. And we have a great matchup tonight because we have, if you ever think about the College World Series when it comes to fans, and, we support it, and we live here 365 days a year. Some days we get an extra day to live in Omaha. But
every 4 years or
it is like the fan bases that come here. And let's be honest, it's been down a little bit. We're not going to break any attendance records. Didn't help that we didn't have baseball on Thursday. But we don't have large fan bases outside of LSU and Arkansas.
Yeah.
But we had a very intriguing field, the last really intriguing field of a little bit of parity before college athletics changes. And we don't know how it's going to affect baseball. No. It may not shift baseball like we think, but that's for the fifth segment in the third hour. But
there's only 2 hours in the show.
When you think of the College World Series and fan bases, you immediately associate LSU.
Yes.
And you know why? And so we adopt LSU fans. LSU fans, thank you.
Go Tigers.
Like that shirt. Yeah. Jello shot caller.
Yeah.
I'm a big baller. Says it on my license plate.
Go
But
back to your thought.
When LSU is not here, LSU fans still come.
Yes.
So you see a smattering of the burnt orange from the 40 acres, but not much. But when LSU is not here, their fans make the trip to Omaha. So in Omaha, we have associated the College World Series with LSU because they share the same thing in common with Nebraska football fans. They are very knowledgeable and they are very passionate, and they will come and support their team. You even see people from Nebraska that go to the Big Ten championship game when Nebraska is not there. People forget they've been there once. They've at least been there. But LSU fans are who we associate with the College World Series when you're in Omaha. So having them here, having them in the final, I think is fantastic. But I'll be curious how many people root for Coastal Carolina, because the teal is real.
Yes.
And they have a pretty good following.
Sure.
But that cash fan that's in the ballpark, are they going for purple and gold tonight, or are they falling in love with teal because at one point in their life they've been a Marlins fan?
Has everybody been a Marlins fan at one point in their life? Is that the claim
Screw
that
that
you're
in
making?
2003.
It is not the Omaha State Fair right now. It's the Louisiana State Fair right now. There are a ton of LSU fans out and about walking around the Omaha Baseball Village. They're here for the 20th time in 40 years. They're back in the CWS. They're back in the championship series.
Bring the gun. Bring the gun.
Stop. Out of context. Water gun has, hey, we are powered by Access Bank. Here for a reason, yours, and by Children's Nebraska, and Power One, presented by Union Bank and Trust. No matter where life takes you, you can always feel good about baking with UBT. Member FDIC. Do not shoot me with a water gun right now, please. Let me do the outro as we have a really good show. We have a really good show ahead of you. We're going to be talking about Cubs. We're going to be talking about Husker football, talk about a little bit of college football, and, of course, we'll be talking about the LSU Tigers, who are trying to win their first championship since 2013, their eighth since 1991. You've been listening to the special edition of Unsportsmanlike Conduct here on 1620 The Zone. Hour one, presented by Union Bank and Trust. No matter where life takes you, you can always feel good about banking with UBT. Member FDIC. And come by the Zone booth inside Omaha Baseball Village.
Hey, you guys
and
know you're dressed
register.
exactly the same? Oh, wait a minute. No, a little bit different. Oh, you guys brothers? No, that's a great look right there. How you doing?
This is a very classic.
What's your name, sir?
SEC look.
Was that a tough question? Mo? Mo, you sound like you might be from Nebraska. Oh, where in Louisiana?
South Louisiana.
Nice. Good. Oh,
West
nice.
Bank, Louisiana. How you doing, Mo? Good to meet you. How about you? What's your name? Troy? Troy, where are you from? Oh, wow.
All right.
Go Tigers. Hey, by the way, come by the Zone booth
Thank you,
inside
guys. Good
Omaha
luck tonight.
Baseball Village and register to win ice cream for a year from Ted and Wally's. Ted and Wally's, official ice cream of 1620 The Zone, celebrating more than 35 years with over 3,000 flavors. Benson and the Old Market, Omaha. Ted and Wally's. Are we still giving out those free scoops, producer Josh? We still got some free scoops we're giving out here at the
Do we have them
Omaha
right now?
Baseball. Yeah, you got a couple free scoops we can give out to my partner here?
Hold on. I'll pick and choose.
Josh doesn't have free scoops to give to you.
All right. All right.
You have your glove on right now. You're trying to find somebody to play catch with.
This young man right in front of us says, hey, I go, you want to play catch? You want to have a catch?
Yeah.
And he goes, I throw too hard for you.
Well, you don't have a baseball either. I think that's a pretty key part of playing ball. How fast can you throw it? If we got you on one of those fan experience radars, what do you
73
think?
miles an hour.
There is no way in HG double hockey sticks you're throwing 73 miles an hour. I would put the over-under firmly at 58 miles an hour for you.
Hey, get out of here.
Have you done when was the last time you did a gun like that, where you got into one of those cages and you threw a ball as hard as you can? Daily?
Yeah.
Do you throw a bullpen every day, Gary Sharp?
Not every day. Got to keep the arm.
Every other day?
Yeah.
When's your next rehab assignment?
Just like Mr. Imanaga.
Yeah.
I will be in St. Louis with the Cubs next week.
Next week? Are you going to try and go
that'll be
4
a
innings
huge-
pitch with 7
That'd be a
strikeouts?
huge series.
Be a massive series in the NL Central as the Cubs, after suffering a loss yesterday to
Hey,
Seattle
who you
Mariners.
guys rooting for tonight? Oh,
Go Tigers, baby.
go Ships.
Those are sick jerseys. Are those new? Were those bought this year? Yeah, yellow jerseys. Tigers, Nike. Nice.
Hey, did you guys used to have like a crowd mic that went away today?
No, we
Oh,
never had a
okay.
crowd mic at any point.
All right. What's going on, brother? All right.
It is going to be a really good game today. Cam Flukie for the Coastal Carolina Chanticleers will be taking them out. He'll be
Want to take a couple of
facing
swings with that bat?
off
That's a
against
torpedo bat.
Cade Anderson. Cade Anderson, the ace for the LSU Tigers, who's mocked right now to go number 1 overall in the upcoming
I will say
MLB
fourth
draft.
to the Colorado Rockies, and he will move through professional baseball pretty quick.
How do you anticipate a Paul Skeens-like
No.
move up for Cade Anderson? So,
No.
no, not in a
No.
year. Do you think it'll be so he'll do 1 full year in the minors and then second?
I could see him
Second
like
season?
2.5 before he's on a 25-man.
See, that would be really tough, though, to be drafted 4th overall as a pitcher and go to the Rockies and have to spend like that has to be one of the worst breaks of like you work your entire life, your entire career to be one of the best pitchers in the country, and you get drafted and you got to go and throw baseballs at that little baby ballpark that has 0 air. I mean, that's brutal. I mean, you got to grade Cade Anderson on the curve at that point.
It would be a great pickup for Colorado, which they're
in desperate need. Yeah. Well, everything's a little bit light over there in Colorado. They were on a little bit of a winning streak recently.
After they got mocked, they have actually played close to 500 baseball.
Good for the Colorado Rockies. Bad for the Chicago White Sox.
Ma'am, you want some beads?
They're not your beads to give away.
Sorry.
They are my beads that I brought here so you could wear, and I had 5 of them, and now I'm down to 2.
Oh,
she's good.
Hey.
She's got all the beads in the world. All
Hey.
these LSU people have all beads.
Hey, so you've done that before on Mardi Gras, right? Yeah.
Who's been to Mardi Gras here in the crowd? Raise your hands. We got a lot of Mardi Gras people here. Go Tigers. You want to go ahead? This would be a perfect chance.
Nope.
Go ahead.
Nope. No, it would not. No. You guys will learn someday there's a really good chant, an LSU chant.
Yes.
But you're about 15 years away.
Oh, I would say, how old are you guys? You already know the chant? Yeah.
Okay. You can't. Whoa, you guys are walking away with our
Yeah,
stuff
you can't
there,
steal our stuff, guys. You can take a couple swings, though. You can take a couple BP swings, though.
This is not Chris Stanfield taking off for second now. All right.
You guys have a favorite Tiger? Who's your favorite Tiger? Hell yeah. You got a favorite Tiger?
Favorite Tiger of all time?
Yeah, ever.
Paul Skeens?
Paul
Yeah.
Skeens? You guys, I thought you were going to say Livy Dunn. Livy Dunn, not a favorite. You were going to say Livy Dunn. See your second favorite Tiger of all time?
What's the appeal to Livy Dunn for someone your age?
Yeah. Are you a big gymnastics fan?
You think you got a shot?
No?
Yeah, no, I didn't get that either. Hey, that's okay. Let's just stick to baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to learn. You got to stay away from gymnasts, man. They'll.
Well,
Yeah.
Do you have extensive experience with gymnasts, Gary?
I follow the sport.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You a big fan?
Yeah.
Gary's on TikTok, by the way. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not a big TikTok fan. They're going to be here tonight, I think, right? Is Paul Skeens and Livy Dunn going to be here
Paul
in the
Skeens,
front
the
row?
Pirates are playing.
Well, who cares? Is he coming? See, he can take a day off. It doesn't matter if Paul Skeens pitches. The Pirates are going to lose anyway, okay? The Pirates are a terrible franchise. They're one of the worst teams in baseball. Whether he's there or not, they're still going to lose. He should come. Get some Jello shots. Talk to our – yeah. Why are you saying yes? You can't have a Jello shot. You had a whoa. Who are your parents? You can't – how old are you?
Do you guys have parents? Your parents – you don't have any parents?
That's
your dad right there?
You're giving them Jello shots already?
Hey.
Oh, okay. Oh, it doesn't count that.
Hey, so it don't matter if you're grandparents. You can do whatever with your grandkids. Oh, really? Wow. Hey, they started them early down there.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. We're not going to start early. It's this baseball game. First pitch is going to be at 6:03. Pre-game will be up in the booth at 5:45. Tired time up 4:45. Hanging out with the people. Hanging out with the LSU fans. Hanging out with like the 6 Coastal Carolina fans that are here. Or at least the 6. There's got one guy right there. Attaboy.
Hey,
Go shot the clears.
Do not overlook Coastal Carolina now.
No, nobody's overlooking Coastal Carolina. Nobody's overlooking Kevin Schnall, which, by the way, very important tonight. LSU's got to strike first. This year, Coastal Carolina, 37-2 on the season when they score the first run. Going to be very difficult for them to do that tonight as Cade Anderson is on the bump. Hey, we got a lot more show ahead of you. We'll still be talking Coastal Carolina versus the LSU Tigers as a gust of wind has nearly knocked over our studio here. Not only is it hot, it's windy right now. It is is it now? Will it be blowing out? I can't tell. You can tell. Will it be blowing out or blowing in at game time?
I think it's blowing in.
It's going to be blowing in.
So you get the 2 guys starting tonight.
With that wind blowing in?
First run that you score, that's going to be golden.
So wind blowing in favors Coastal Carolina. Wind blowing out favors LSU. Easy to say.
Wind blowing in, never sicker. What is it?
I don't know. I don't know a saying. You're probably better off knowing the sayings than I am. Hey, Special Edition Zone Hotline is powered by the Sedora Law Group. Your outcome depends on what you do next.
We take calls on this show?
No, we don't. Hour 1, presented by Union Bake and Trust. No matter where life takes you, you can always feel good about baking with UBT, member FDIC. We'll be talking a little Sammy Sosa and whether or not we like beef here at the Omaha Baseball Village. Don't go anywhere on the special edition of Unsportsmanlike Conduct. I'm Matt McMaster with Gary Sharp. Hour one, presented by Union Bank and Trust. No matter where life takes you, you can always feel good about banking with UBT. Member FDIC and powered by Axis Bank. Here for a reason, yours, and by Children's Nebraska. Gary Sharp, Matt McMaster here at the Omaha Baseball Village on a special edition of Unsportsmanlike Contract and our favorite Unsportsmanlike Conduct. Our favorite, Chris Prudon, is here.
Coastal just arrived.
Yeah?
All LSU fans.
Really? Were there any Coastal fans around the bus right now? So apparently Coastal Carolina has entered Omaha here at Charles Schwab Field to an array of boos from the LSU Tiger faithful. Have the Tigers arrived yet, Chris?
Yes.
Okay, they have. And I imagine that was a massive cheer. There's like 90% LSU fans here currently right now at the Omaha Baseball Village.
90%. I think you're low.
You think I'm low? You think
I think
it's
you're
95?
I think it's 97% of the fans are LSU fans.
This has turned into, 7% off.
And then
My apologies.
random guy wearing a Michigan baseball shirt.
Hey! How do we feel about Michigan baseball? We love it. Hell yeah. Absolutely.
How do we feel about September 20th in Lincoln? Michigan, Nebraska.
Football.
Yeah.
Rude awakening. You're going to need your head coach for that one. No Sharon Moore.
I guess it's not the exception, or I guess it's the exception, not the rule, huh?
If everybody could steal signs from teams, we all could win national championships, is my opinion on that. Speaking about Nebraska football, hey, Gary, do you like beef?
Hey, Matt.
Do you like beef?
That's a very awkward man-to-man question.
What? I'm just asking if you like
out
beef.
in public.
There's a lot of really good beef. There's sirloin. There's ribeye. There's strip steak. There's ground beef. There's chuck. You do a lot of things with beef. Beef is very versatile. Do you like beef?
Yes.
Okay. Matt Rule loves beef.
Earmuffs.
Nebraska's head coach. I don't know if people, you can look it up on Twitter. Matt Rule, who's trying to lead the Huskers back to the promised land and hopefully have a season that has 3 losses or less for the first time since 2001, has been taking a lot of pictures recently. He's been out and about. He saw baby Gronk. He took a picture with baby Gronk. He was hanging out with him.
By the way, everybody that goes to his camp gets a picture with the coach individually.
So baby Gronk was a camper.
He was a camper.
And took a picture with Matt Rule that went fairly viral on Husker Twitter, and then he was taking a picture, jumping out of a tractor, and now he took a picture on a cow, just sitting on a cow with a boom box right in front of his feet, trying to get in hip with the kids. Do you think the kids think Matt Rule is hip?
Hold on, that guy just walked away. That guy was wearing a Welcome to the Woodshed, Michigan State Stadium shirt. Look at that.
That's a good one.
Hey,
you from Omaha?
You realize that if we didn't have a punter that was, we'd have beat you up there.
2021?
Yeah, we'll see you October 4th in Lincoln. Yeah. I like your coach, though. I like your quarterback. Yeah.
You feeling good about the football team this year? You like Aiden Childs? You and Aiden? Yeah, I like Aiden Childs a lot.
You hired a really good coach. Yeah.
Ooh.
All right.
One step at a time. Trying to turn Michigan State back from a basketball school to a football school.
Enjoy.
Go basketball, right? Go Tom Izzo. Hey, is Raquan Buckley still on Michigan State's roster?
I believe so.
Is he playing offensive line or defensive line nowadays?
I think he is on the offensive line. Hey, how come you don't have a squirt gun? Buddies don't like you? All right.
You tried getting a kid to squirt me with a squirt gun.
Why not?
About 5 minutes ago when we have a lot of expensive equipment in my computer right here.
So this is for people that are from out of state and wonder what recruiting is like in the month of June in Nebraska.
Sure.
We are all about the John Deere and the steer. Okay? We are very simple people here in Nebraska. We love our sports. We love our College World Series. And we love what is unique to us. And we have a lot of John Deeres and we have a lot of steers. And so what we incorporate them in our recruiting. So when people commit to Nebraska, they're a special kind. They also like the John Deere. They understand that we are an ag community, albeit Lincoln doesn't have very many farms.
I was about to say.
So do not drop that stereotype on me or here in Omaha. But I will say he does. So they have to be memorable and
Sure.
different and unique because everything runs together. So I'm okay with doing different stuff, and bringing a steer into the weight room is about as different as you're going to get. Some people go to a recruit's house and they spend the night. Matt Rule brings a steer into the weight room and then sits on it and takes pictures with current players or recruits, or has an aura. It is the exception, not the rule. Okay, he has the aura of farming with a head coach that did not grow up on a farm.
Sure. He grew up in New Jersey, by the way, in the East Coast, or New York.
It's unique. The one thing is, please, to Bob Devaney upstairs, please, for the love of GBR, right, ma'am? Win. Please win, because if you don't, that thing will be used against Nebraska forever, and we'll have to mute everybody outside of the 402 and some of our own people inside of the 402. But it's unique. It's memorable. They have fun. I'm not going to overthink it. I just hope it leads to
winning,
adding to the class that currently has 6.
If you're going to take a picture on a cow, okay,
steer.
With the recruit.
It's not a cow.
Sorry, city boy.
Yes.
On a steer.
Yes.
My apologies.
The cow is what you see at Chick-fil-A.
You better land that recruit, okay? You know, Miami goes, hey, we could give you a Hellcat. We could give you a Lamborghini. We could give you an incredible Ford F-150.
And
Nebraska goes, we could give you a steer.
We
could give you free milk.
Somebody had a Lamborghini. It might have been Miami. Somebody had a Lamborghini or Colorado. It's just you have to make it memorable, okay? And it was funny, and
it was great.
There's a coach that has a little bit of drip to him. So we got a coach that has a drip. Yeah, our coach doing recruiting pictures a lot less creepy than your coach.
Are you trying to start fights with them?
Where's Brian Kelly, by the way? How come Brian Kelly doesn't come to the College
never
World
comes
Series?
to the College World Series. This team, for how often they come to the College World Series, you never see Brian Kelly here. And he's a Midwestern guy. You would think that he would enjoy coming down to the ballpark. Does he have a Southern accent still? What's going on with that?
Hey, Brian Kelly treats the College World Series like he's playing in Tuscaloosa. He doesn't show up.
Like he's playing any big game.
No. That was some big games.
I mean, he's pretty much on the – a lot of people are like saying that he's on the hot seat. They should be very good this year. They got an incredible quarterback in Garrett Nussmeier, who's got some pretty decent odds to win the Heisman Trophy this year, if you're interested.
But I would think the BK would, he's a Midwest guy, would come to the College World
I figured
Series.
that he would absolutely enjoy an event like this and be able to use it as a recruiting pitch, and try and maybe get Jet Tomala to flop from going from being Alabama's quarterback to LSU's quarterback. Did I say flop? Yeah, flips and the flops. Yesterday was National Flip-Flop Day. How did you enjoy your the longest day of the year yesterday?
By staying up the latest I've ever stayed up.
And then
go Tigers.
And then waking up this morning and playing golf. You are an active human, by the way. You are more active than I am. I woke up this morning.
You know what?
I did a podcast.
You're on the back nine, pal. You might as well cash it in.
That's not what I'm saying.
All right.
You get.
Why don't you just stay at home, you old man?
I'm not saying that to you. What I'm just saying is that you have 12,000 steps today and I have 1,500 steps today. And it is a hot doozy here. People in Louisiana who are LSU fans definitely feel like they're at home, because I imagine this is what it's got to feel like in Baton Rouge, not only just in June, but it probably feels like this in Baton Rouge in February.
I think here in Nebraska, where we're special, this 87 is what 8 a.m. is. I mean, we're used to it here.
It is sticky, but it's windy. Like, the wind can never quit it here. Despite the fact that it is 102 degrees, the wind won't quit.
We need to stop talking about the weather. The weather is like – it is.
Yes.
Hey, Bo Jackson.
That's a hot take.
Hey, do you know today is the anniversary when Bo Jackson said he was going to sign with the Royals? Did you know that? Nope. Nope, that's true. That's true.
Incredible.
That's a great jersey.
Thank you. I love it. It's my favorite.
You an Auburn fan too?
No.
Okay. Well, I just thought I'd ask.
You a Raiders fan? I mean, what are we doing?
Well, I don't know. I'm just asking what other
This
teams
has a
he
great
roots
jersey
for.
on.
An interesting man with a Bo Jackson jersey with an incredible walking stick comes up to us. That might be a weapon.
Could be. I might need it.
People.
Thinks I'm a Postal fan.
Oh, okay. Who are you rooting for?
LSU.
All right. Go Tigers, baby. With a Bo Jackson jersey on?
SEC.
Jersey.
SEC.
We won
Okay.
Hey.
in an incredible fashion.
Okay.
in thrilling fashion.
We'll give you a bat. We'll give you one of these
No,
bats
we're not.
if you can
No,
answer a trivia
no,
question.
we are not
Who
giving
are
you a
the
bat.
only
We can't
two,
give you a bat.
Who are the only two SEC players that are in Cooperstown? All right, you have like 15 seconds.
Yeah,
here.
we're going to a break.
We can't do this all day.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
We're doing a podcast, sir.
No, we were doing a radio show.
All right, you got 10 seconds. Well, I can't because other people. I'm going to ask the question a little bit later.
We're not giving away anything, all right?
All right. Well,
you could say the
I asked
answer.
a tough question. Todd Helton, Frank Thomas. Yeah.
That would have been that should have been pretty easy for people there. Do you know what is easy? Listening to the show and understanding that we are powered
Thank
by
you.
Access
Great
Bank.
jersey.
We're here for a reason. Yours and by Children's of Nebraska. And come by the Zone booth at the bullpen inside the Omaha Baseball Village and register to win a 1620 The Zone prize pack of KC Royals porch tickets and ice cream for a year from the Ted and Wally's 13th and Mike Fahey.
How much of a letdown would it have been if that guy walked by in a 16 Royals jersey and as we get to see the back, it says Renfro.
That would have been.
What's up, brother? Hey,
what's up,
keep
boss?
your baseball career going.
Well, yeah,
Whoa,
obviously it doesn't
whoa,
recruit
whoa,
like Texas. Texas has great high school football. Get out of here. Horns down. We just got sprayed by water guns here. As these kids, you guys are like 17 years old. You're playing with water guns.
Hey, remember, I got you. Hey, I'm on your team.
These guys are soaking wet playing water guns right now. They're like 16 years old. Okay, hey, you're listening to a special edition of Unsportsmanlike Conduct. I'm Matt McMaster. That's Gary Sharp. We'll see you on the other side where we are previewing Coastal Carolina to take on the LSU Tigers in Game 1 of the CWS Championship Series. Don't grab my reads. Hour 1 is presented by Union Bank and Trust. No matter where life takes you, you can always feel good about banking with UBT. Member FDIC, and we're powered by Access Bank, here for a reason, yours, and by Children's Nebraska. We are here at the Omaha Baseball Village in front of what seems to be 1 million LSU fans and then probably 2 or 3 Coastal Carolina fans. Do you have an announcement, Gary?
Yeah. I don't know if anybody is around here. If anybody knows Kristen Collins, we have your driver's license. You live in the wonderful state of Washington. I did not take it.
I was about to say, okay. Is this a bit?
It was turned into us. So if you know Kristen, you're looking for your driver's license, we have your driver's license.
Right here.
There you go. It is?
It's not me. It's Mom Martin.
No problem.
Found mom in the baseball team.
That is, I'm glad we were able
Hey!
to. Yes. We have a wallet from somebody from Arkansas.
Where? Where's the wallet?
Right there.
Oh, you want to read this guy's ID?
Welcome to 1620 Lost and Found.
Here you go. 1620, the Lost and Found. Read that ID for us. We're looking for this guy. Sir, have you seen this man?
Brady Holland?
Been here for days.
For days?
Okay, he ain't here. Yeah.
This is a tough look, Brady, because he's actually got a very nice wallet. This is some high-quality leather.
Thank you again to this gentleman here. They're a traveling baseball team, and so we're able to
make sure that we got
Team Mom's driver's license.
We figured that out. Currently,
no, you got to have a glove.
Do you have a glove?
Got to have a glove.
So
for me to play catch, you got to have a glove.
Jerry currently has a
glove
right now by our friends from
buy
Rawlings.
a glove.
No, he's not going to go and
go
buy
to
a
Rawlings,
glove.
Buy a glove, and we'll play catch.
Rawlings is gone. They're no longer at their baseball tent, unfortunately. But during the break, I did the incredible mistake of finding Gary a baseball, and so now he's hunting for people to come and play catch with, which is a classic question.
I'm lonely.
Do you play? Why are you lonely? You were on the microphone with me. You shouldn't be lonely.
Well, I don't have anybody that I just wake up and play catch with in the morning.
Do you want to do it before we go on the air every morning for Gary?
I think we should.
Should we play some catch?
It depends on what type of season. Like we get to football, I
Sure.
think every morning to start the show, we should play catch with a football.
At like 5:45?
Yeah.
Can we do show prep through catch? And if you have a segment that you want to do, you have to throw
that's
a
the way to do
spiral. And if you don't throw a spiral?
I could do a whole show playing catch with a football.
Could you do a whole show playing catch with a baseball?
I could. We're about
We are trying to find somebody who's got a glove.
You would think you'd come to the College World Series and bring a glove. I guess not.
How old do you have to be before bringing a glove to a baseball game becomes too old?
70 years old.
So 71 is where you draw the line?
Yeah.
Do you go up to a man and you go, how old are you? And he goes, oh, I'm 69. You're like, all right, you're right there. You're totally fine.
Nice.
His friend's got one. He goes, 72. You're like, no, you got to drop that, man. Why is it 70? Once you get up to 70, I feel like it just doesn't matter anymore.
Because you got to have your head on a swivel when you're in the stands, man. You can't be worrying about trying to make a catch.
When you're a silver slugger, you got to be looking for the foul balls.
Yeah.
What do you think of people who say once you're past the age of 18?
J.D. Daniels jersey.
Well, yeah, he went to LSU.
I know. Where did you start college?
Arizona State.
Look at you. Have
What
that.
do you mean, look at me? I'm a college football reporter. I'm supposed to know these things. I'm friends with and I've talked to people who coached Jaden Daniels at Arizona State.
Does nobody have a glove?
No, nobody has a glove anymore
College
because
World Series.
we are now in an era where people get embarrassed too easily, okay? And people think at times it's embarrassing to bring a glove to a baseball game, which, if you're a young kid, you should always bring your glove to a baseball game. Get that foul ball.
Yes, and you know what? And at the College World Series, there are a lot of foul balls to be had.
Well, today will be a game where we probably will have a lot of foul balls because we have two pitchers who are on the absolute top notch of their game. Cade Anderson for the LSU Tigers, who in his last outing against Arkansas was absolutely masterful. And then for Coastal Carolina and the shot to clears, Cam Fluke will be on the mound. Tomorrow, too, Jacob Morrison will be pitching for Coastal Carolina.
Their ace, they're sticking to their schedule, so they're not going to move up their ace. And they're deep. Coastal Carolina's pitching is very, very deep. LSU has two great starters. If they got to Monday, it might be interesting on who starts on Monday.
Hey, special edition Zone Hotline powered by the Sedora Law Group. Your outcome depends on what you do next. And KRT Athletic Muscle Cream. Special thanks to them providing increased performance to people who suffer from muscle fatigue and cramps. And by Cross Strain Brewing, Nebraska fresh and always evolving. Don't go anywhere. Special edition of Unsportsmanlike Conduct. Hey, Hour 2 is presented by Nebraska Medicine. Join our team at nebraskamed.com/careers. And this special edition of Unsportsmanlike Conduct is powered by Access Bank, here for a reason, yours and by Children's Nebraska. It is hot. It is humid. There are a lot of Tigers fans. We are at the Baton Rouge County Fair. Right now, we're
at Alex Box North.
You have a glove and a baseball, and we can't find anybody for you to have a catch with.
No, if you are down at the Omaha Baseball Village, you have to have a glove. But if you have a glove, you and I are going to play catch. I don't care how old you are, boy or girl, male, female, whatever. I just want to play catch at the College World Series. They would not allow me to run the bases the other night after the game.
Why would they not let you do that?
Yeah, there was that incident in Chuck E. Cheese. But I would like to play catch with somebody. Yeah. But my people, welcome.
Who are your people?
All of these people are my people.
These people No, nobody there. If a tree falls down in the woods, is anybody there to hear it?
You know that dad that was right next to me.
He wanted
to, but he's with his family.
If somebody tries and triggers a neck chant and nobody does it, did it really happen? Do you know what's really good on a day like today? Water.
Yes, stay hydrated.
Do you know what's even better than water?
Oxygen?
No. Water under the bridge. That's what's better than water. Letting bygones be bygones. And yesterday,
that guy's jacked.
He's a brother. Come over here. You have.
Hey, are you just wearing a security shirt, or do you really work security?
No, I really work security.
You're working security today? How big are those pythons? Are those 24-inch pythons? Possibly.
Yeah.
What's your arm day routine? Is it once a week or twice a week? Twice a week.
One day, light repetitions.
Okay.
The other day, following day, I do.
Oh, you do back-to-back? Oh, wow. Look at you. Yeah. What's your routine, Gary?
I do the same.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Can you tell?
Good.
Go
Nice
Raiders.
seeing you.
Go Raiders.
Yeah. All right. That guy's going to be taking care of us later.
When you get in trouble, he's going to be there to make sure that you're protected, that you're okay. Go Cyclones. Look at Iowa State in the house represented. Absolutely. Hey, yesterday, one of the great franchises in all of America let bygones be bygones. They let water run under a bridge, and they honored the one and only Sammy Sosa, returned back to Wrigley Field for the first time in 21 years as it wasn't Mr. Cub, but the man who was probably the only watchable thing for the Cubs during the 90s up until the 2000s, returned home after kind of being stiff-armed and vilified for quite a while. And Sammy's back, baby. One of the greatest of all time are back.
He's one of the most popular Cubs of all time. I mean, it's been a while. I think it was good to see when he came back for the Cubs convention, and then he was involved in spring training.
Yeah.
And they brought him back in, and then, yesterday, that was kind of a special deal because, the ending and there goes the wind.
It's always the wind.
It was not a good relationship.
No.
And I think there was fault on both sides. And I know why the Cubs kind of stiff-armed Sammy, and I'm glad that he's back in the fold because he is one of the most popular Cubs of all time. And people, it's just kind of like Bartman no longer is a thing. When the Cubs got their World Series title in 2016, it was kind of let bygones be bygones.
Yeah.
And so it was cool to see him back. I think, there are players that still remember him. And also, you got to remember, like when he was playing with the Cubs, opposing players would come to Wrigley and they would search out Sammy Sosa. They would make sure they watched his batting practice. They would watch him interact with the fans. I mean, there's all the first home game at Wrigley Field after 9/11.
Yeah.
Him running with a small American flag around the outfield and right field, and all the people in right field. So it was. I'm glad they did it. I don't know what the next step is, but they have Sammy, who is, a beloved Cub, is back in the family, and they are. They are rolling today. Is that
they are
on final? They're up 10-6 in the eighth.
Does he still look like Gary does in the video stream here? Or
okay, so So he looks a little like Pink Panther.
He does.
But
He
Pink
does.
Panther.
He's gotten a lot of work
don't
done.
you think that?
I didn't see it yesterday. I don't know.
Oh, no.
I don't know what color his skin is
Now,
anymore.
so his skin, which
Breaking.
he had, so he is not as Pink Panther looking
Sure.
as he used to be.
Like Steve Martin when he was in the Pink Panther?
Well, he has a skin condition, and so he looked a little bit normal yesterday.
Sure.
With whatever he's gone through. But shortly after he got done with baseball, he was unrecognizable.
He was. No, there was a moment where it was a little tough seeing him that way. I think both things can be true.
Yeah.
Oh, they wanted to do it.
You
They
got-
wanted. Come on now. Come on now, boys. They both things can be true. Like Sammy Sosa can definitely be one of the most popular Cubs of all time and in the Cubs Hall of Fame and an integral part of that franchise. And you can also acknowledge the fact that he did things that he shouldn't have done. Look at these Coastal Carolina fans. You guys got to come over here. Come here. Do you feel outnumbered right now? Whoa, not up on the
Here,
stage.
right here,
Go
guys.
in front
Right
of the
here.
stage. Come in front of the stage. Come over here.
Yeah,
do you guys
we got rules with radio. You can't sit that close.
do you feel outnumbered?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you're in hostile territory? Has anyone have they been nice to you? These LSU fans been very good to you. They've been buying you beers. Okay.
By the way, they look like they're in high school. What do
I
you do?
don't know how old they are. I didn't look at the ID. How do you guys look at the Coastal Carolina fans over there? You guys are the first
Whoa.
4 Coastal Carolina fans that we've seen. How have you been treated? You're good? You got a big – where did you get that sign? Oh, you work for Coastal. Okay. So are you bringing that into the game? I think you have to put that in a clear bag, ma'am. I don't know. I don't know.
That
I'm
is quite the big clear bag you have there, man.
That is like a garbage bag of a clear bag. I think the policy is if you can fit it into the clear bag, you can bring it in to the stadium. So good luck to you. Go Shot to Clears. Does the Shot to Clears have anything like AOO? Do they have a chant?
Keep it moving.
Do you want to?
Nope.
Do you want to do your chant? Do you remember our chant that we had on the show on Friday?
What is a chant that you guys do in the stands?
Yeah.
Oh, CINO.
Okay. Well,
Coastal
you
is
want to?
number one.
Do you want to do ours?
Hey,
So this is what we did on Friday. You ready? Go
this is what they did. They
were doing
the shots are going to
the ship. The shots are going to the ship. The shots are going to the ship. No?
Thank you.
Is
No?
that a good one? You
No?
should say that in the stands.
Hey, I mean, you don't get to live in Charleston, but Myrtle Beach is okay. Yeah,
Why are you making fun of everybody?
I'm a Charleston fan. I'm a
Are ya?
Chucktown fan. Oh, yeah. Myrtle Beach Conway is a very lovely community, and Coastal Carolina is a really good athletic department.
Here we go.
Yes, they are.
Shout out
really,
CC.
They are really a really good athletic department where Joe Moglia still involved at the university, and Tim Beck, former Nebraska offensive coordinator, is your head football coach. But they're a great athletic department.
How much
So-
do you like Kevin Schnall? You got to love a coach like that. He's an incredible human. He's the
Yep.
best. I watched that very, very long press conference yesterday of Mr. Kevin Schnall, which was every time I listen to the guy, like you said, if you're rooting against him, it's easy to root against him because he's a rough around the edges type dude. But if you're rooting for him, he's a very easy guy to love because, man, he bleeds teal. That's just what he is. That's just what it does. Now we have some invading LSU fans here.
Yeah.
But back to
Have a wonderful and good luck.
have fun.
Have fun.
The shots are going to the ship. CINO. Go Coastal. But, no, Sammy Sosa's back. Now, do you think this Sosa being back with the Cubs and him being in the Hall of Fame, do you think it opens up the door for more of these, sluggers back in the 90s and the early 2000s who were during the PED era? Does it open up the door for more grace for some of these guys going forward amongst baseball and baseball officials?
By fans or because Bonds has come back to San Francisco, McGuire's come back to St. Louis. Palmeiro really doesn't have a home.
Okay.
I mean, there's been no come back to Baltimore, come back to the Rangers.
Has Canseco gone back to Oakland?
No. Now he's added layers to.
Yeah. He's done that to himself. But I do think yesterday the Cubs were definitely one of the franchises that were holding on to hey, this is a part of our history that we don't really want to acknowledge, and that this is, it's a part of baseball that we don't really want to talk about, because even though that it was wildly entertaining, it definitely is a time that baseball would choose to forget if they were given the option to do that. But the fact that the Cubs were able to bring back Sammy, honor Sammy, do it in the way that they did, they're going to put him in the Hall of Fame. They get to remember him in that way. I know that there might be some fans.
Let's go.
Go LSU.
How long how much have you been drinking today? Yeah. Hey, keep it up.
Drink some water. We got to mix in some waters today. There's nothing bad with some Dasana waters going down after your summer shandies and your rum buckets and your Blue Jay blackouts and whatnot.
Hey, LSU fans, you realize that you got beat by Omaha? You almost got no hit by Omaha.
So I was going to
Alex
say,
Fox.
I was going to bring that up. Are we the Maverick athletic department has to be rooting for LSU, right? So they can get their inverse national championship. You want to dap them up?
What's up, brother?
Yeah, I can dap you up. Is there a okay? That was a smoother dap. I would say that dap was probably a 7 out of 10.
Kid, it's a travel ball kid. Transitive property. LSU wins. Doesn't Omaha get a piece of it?
I was about to say, would you get a ring? Would you like a ring?
That seems like so long ago at the beginning of the college baseball
It was like
season.
the first weekend of the year.
Yeah.
I remember
it was the first. So it was the second weekend.
Okay.
They went to Louisiana, stayed in Louisiana, and then they finished in Baton Rouge, played a 3-game series.
I was at a baseball or a basketball game. Basketball season was going on when the Mavericks beat LSU. And I go, oh, my God. Yeah. And then they gave them a good run for their money the next night, too, right? They had some pretty close competitive games. Unfortunately for the Mavericks, they weren't able to get out of the Summit League tournament. North Dakota State, along with the power arm of Will Johnson, the Summit League Player of the Year, got out of that conference. And then who'd they lose to? Didn't
North Dakota State played in Fayetteville.
Yeah, they lost to Arkansas.
Arkansas, then they beat KU, and then Creighton walked them off on the Sunday game.
And now LSU is here. I was trying to find a way if North Dakota State maybe could get a transitive property national championship.
No, we do not want North Dakota State to get anything. Except for football.
GBR. Hey, GBR. Go Big Red, boys. You think they own Dylan Raiola jerseys?
They were wearing the gear, and they weren't really sure about the GBR.
Kids these days are getting more shy and shy.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like when I was a 5-year-old or I was a 6-year-old, I wanted to talk to everybody. I was like Gary Sharp at the Omaha Baseball Village every day. I always wanted to play catch.
I talked to a puppet in a box when I was 5 years old, and I knew I wanted to be in television and radio.
What?
Floppy.
Like I was talking
I went to the Floppy show.
Like I was talking to the frog.
No, it was a real thing. Look it up. Google it. WHO, Floppy. When I was a little kid, Floppy was Dwayne and Floppy.
Okay.
And so it was Floppy was in a box, and Dwayne was like his owner.
Sure.
And Floppy would come out of the box, and it was great. I love Floppy. I was 5 years old. And that's when I said I wanted to be in this business because of a puppet, a dog that came out of the box and talked, and then there was Dwayne, and then I met Jim Zabel.
My dad played Harry Carey clips, and then I would hear him go, Cubs win! Cubs win!
North.
Yeah!
All right, this guy will get it. I've heard this thing called
What is your?
Hey,
that is all of your fault.
Whoa. I had never heard what happened after I said,
Special edition Zone Hotline powered by the Sador Law Group. Your outcome depends on what you do next.
Lyric?
Come by the Zone booth at the bullpen inside the Omaha Baseball Village and register to win a 1620 The Zone prize pack of KC Royals porch tickets and ice cream for a year from Ted and Wally's 13th and Mike Fahey. I consider myself a man of faith, and I don't know if we're going to be on this broadcast here on the other side of the break, but stay tuned to find out if we are on a special edition of Unsportsmanlike Conduct with Gary and Matt.
Hour number 2 is presented by Nebraska Medicine. Join our team at nebraskamed.com/careers. Sit down. 1620 The Zone also has a hydration sponsor. You kids, a little bit of advice from Uncle Gary. Stay hydrated today. Don't try and be a hero. Oh, sure. Now a kid shows up with a glove. Our hydration sponsor is Coke Zero Sugar. A question for the audience. Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Yes. Take a taste. And if you stop by our booth, which is inside Omaha Baseball Village, we got the best location of anybody.
We do.
You can
Incredible
register
location.
to win ice cream for a year from Ted and Wally's. Ted and Wally's, the official ice cream of 1620 The Zone. Remember, no sugar cone with soft serve. No sugar cone with soft serve.
What does that mean?
It's just me.
Okay.
It is the official ice cream of 1620 The Zone. We love Ted and Wally's. Being Omahans, we want you to love them as well. They have been here more than 35 years. They have over 3,000 flavors. 2 great locations. They are bangers. Benson and the Old Market, and KRT Athletic Muscle Cream. Now, let me tell you, sir, sitting there in front of us in old Rosenblatt seats, what KRT can do for you, everybody pull up a chair and I'm going to tell you.
Uncle Gary's going
They
to tell
can
you about
provide
KRT.
increased performance. Like you just popped up there, sir. You had a little KRT cream and you just rubbed that in and it is going to help you if you suffer from muscle fatigue and cramps, and by that KRT can help you. And also, if you suffer from I don't have any energy, I don't know what to do, cross strain, brewing, Doug and the gang, they're going to hook you up. Nebraska Fresh and always evolving. Thank you to all of our wonderful sponsors that have been here at the 2025 College World Series, the 75th anniversary of the College World Series.
Yes, yeah.
All
Go
right.
Tigers.
Do you know,
I'm still in your bit here, by the way.
you don't know that if you are married for 75 years, you are 0.1% of marriages.
Where did you get that marital staff from, Gary?
I want to say hello to Gerald and Barbara Skiles in Scotts Bluff. They are the only people in Nebraska that have been married for 75 years.
Is that a known stat?
Yeah, what's a known? It's all factual. All right, I'm done.
75 years. I'm still in your bit, by the way, right over here. I'm just kind of bouncing up and down with the baseball, with the glove, and everything like that. I was playing catch with somebody.
I saw that.
You jealous?
No, because I'm going to get a pro baseball player to come over here, and I'm going to play catch.
Rich Hill?
No. Rich Hill avoids you like the plague.
What do you mean?
Rich Hill, no. We'll just leave it at that.
Danny Graves?
Hey, Sioux City East? Sioux City? No. Dang.
We will give you an update here as currently the PGA Tour is going on, the Travelers Championship. What?
We're at the College World Series.
We're
the
doing-
update is it's 101, and the wind is blowing 38 miles an hour in the ballpark right over there.
Real quick. Tommy Fleetwood leading the field. He is currently 6 under on the day. Russell Henley, 13 under. He's in second place. Justin Thomas, who started the day in the lead, currently even through 12 at 9 under. And our darling baby boy, Scotty Scheffler, is +3 on the day after triple bogeying the very first hole. Was absolutely Whoa! So there you go. There's your PGA Tour update. And as everything is falling here in the Omaha Baseball Village.
It is really, really windy.
You got to stay safe out there because at this point it is getting really, really hot. We're lucky enough to have a couple of fans behind us and to be indoors and have some air conditioning. But it is a toasty one. Even standing up for the last 2 minutes, I'm actually sweating right now, sweating like a cow. What would you like to talk about? Would you like to talk about college baseball? Would you like to talk about college football? Would you like to talk about Denny Hamlin winning the pole position at Pocono today? He looked really good. He had a fast car.
We're gonna let this young man hear. What would you like us to talk about on air? Give us a topic. LSU baseball.
LSU baseball. Who's your favorite LSU baseball player, young man?
Bear Jones.
Okay.
That's a good call. You
Good
enjoyed were you at the game the other night?
We just got in yesterday.
Okay.
Okay.
So you saw what he did. Well, enjoy the ball game today.
Dad, who's your favorite LSU baseball player ever?
Of all time.
Of all time.
Man, that's tough.
Ryan Terrio?
No, I'm
DJ LeMahieu.
Oh, attaboy. Good guess, Sharpie.
They call me Dr. Oz here in Nebraska.
The wrong one. You want to be Oz Perlman, not Oz.
Oh, good point. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Sure.
Yeah.
He was special, he was like a lot of the kids now that they're not necessarily Louisiana guys with power.
He went into that culture. DJ LeMahieu became the Louisiana culture. Joe Burrow did that too. I mean, more famously, right? But like, that's a great point. Is that a big deal for you? Like, is that a very easy way for guys for LSU for you to be a fan of them?
It's incredible the national. Like even if you look at this year's roster,
Sure.
there's states all over the country.
Yeah.
There's only a handful of guys that are Louisiana guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the brand is so natural.
So big. Once
That's
a Tiger,
awesome.
always a Tiger. Jay Johnson has built an absolute power for the LSU Tigers, who are trying to go for their 8th College World Series title in 35 years. Jay Johnson has been a head coach for 10 seasons in college baseball, dating back to 2016, correct, Gary, with Arizona. He's been to 3 now College World Series, Championship Series, looking to win his 2nd title. I mean, college baseball has a lot of great coaches, but he would be on the fast track to establishing himself as one of the best ever if he were able to succeed and win a 2nd national title for LSU in 3 seasons. Coastal Carolina, Kevin Schnall. Kevin Schnall he was the first All-American for the Chanticleers back in 1997. He's been with that program basically his entire career, from coach to assistant coach to now head coach in his 1st season. This is, I think, when Kevin Schnall was on the podium yesterday and said that a 2nd national title would mean so much to Coastal Carolina because it would put them on a different planet. I don't think he's lying at all about that. I don't think that's an exaggeration because Jay Johnson in Arizona.
Well,
There
they also won the Super in Baton Rouge. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
well, hey, good luck today. Thank you for stopping by, sir.
And
have a good one. Have fun, guys. All right.
And this is the amazing part of college athletics, right, where I don't know how many regular old Joes, right, in the West Coast or in the Midwest. Look at those boys. Look at those haircuts. Oh, my goodness.
Wow. I hope you're rooting for LSU.
No, I think they're Coastal Carolina fans. But
you can tell they're real LSU fans because they're not wearing their Joe Burrow jersey to the baseball game.
No. We've only had a couple.
We've had
a Jaden Daniels.
That was it.
Joe Burrow.
And a Bo Jackson.
Well, I saw a Jefferson jersey.
You saw Justin Jefferson is – I'm not a Justin Jefferson fan. Anyway, regardless, what I was going to say, though, college athletics is so important, though, because I don't know how many Jimmys and Joes outside of that area of the country where Coastal Carolina is truly knows Coastal Carolina as a college, just in general, where they're located, what their mascot is, what they play, what they don't play, what they're good at, what they're not good at. And for them to be on this stage and have the opportunity, John Schreider is our friend. He just entered the building here. How are you doing, John?
His son is like growing up way too quick. God dang.
How are you, John? Doing good? Nice Creighton. Look at that Creighton. Are you a J-sker, John? Or are you just a J?
Creighton gives me free gear, Nebraska.
Okay, fair enough. Good point. I had to ask the question. Do you know?
Smart man.
So we're right next to this hat shop right over here. They've been doing great stuff the entire time. The entire time we've been in the Omaha Baseball Village. They've had one hat sell out off the shelf, and that was the J-sker hat that they had here. That thing was here for day 1 and day 2, and then it was gone. So if you see anybody with a J-sker hat that has J in blue and sker in red, you know they bought it at the Omaha Baseball Village. Fun fact.
Good to see you. Hey, dapper.
Who right now, if Coastal Carolina wins tonight, how much higher do their odds become getting through Cade Anderson? Now,
well, if they win tonight, so they're up 1-0 and they got their ace going tomorrow.
My question to you would be this. Who's better off losing a game tonight? Who do you think has the better path to come down from 1-0?
Coastal.
Just because of the
because you would throw Morrison tomorrow, you like your chances, and then you'd have Eichhoff on Monday, where LSU would have a decision to make on who they would throw, and you would at least split with against their 2 aces, who have struck out 43 in the NCAA tournament combined. So I think I would like Coastal's chances better. But I got a feeling. I mean, the thing about LSU is that here they know how to win here. They're used to winning here. That if they go up 1-0 and you have Ianson throwing, I don't care even if it's Morrison. I mean, you feel pretty good. Yeah. I hope we get baseball Monday night, but tonight will be huge. It doesn't always guarantee that if you win tonight, you win the series.
Sure.
But, man, it goes a long way.
Do you think – so I'm not going to ask you.
You know what also we have? Neither one of these teams have lost here.
Yeah. No, they have not. They've absolutely carved through the field. And, Arkansas definitely lost that game more so than you could say LSU won that game. But still, that's how the baseball happens. That's how the cookie crumbles. And frankly, LSU got incredibly unfortunate that rain delay happened. And Anthony
How does the cookie crumble?
Well, the cookie crumbled in a way where, a fly ball bounced off the shoulder of the left fielder, and the SEC Player of the Year picked up a routine ground ball.
Hold on here. This is important distinction.
Oh, you're literally asking, how does a cookie crumble?
Have you ever seen a cookie crumble, or does it just fall apart? Like crumble, I think it crumbles or it falls apart. So actually that cliche is probably incorrect if you think about it.
Isn't crumble a synonym for fall apart? Crumble is just another way of describing how things fall apart. Yes, it is. It's exactly what it is. Instead of saying they fell apart, we say they crumbled. Henceforth,
like
synonym.
It crumbles. Like you don't say, like when you get blue cheese crumbles on a salad, that's a crumble.
Yeah.
Like that's not like falling, just breaking apart. Like you don't get chunks of the crumble.
Yeah, crumble is to break or fall apart into small fragments over a long period of time.
So is blue cheese?
I got a question for you. When you eat a cookie, because you and I both had a lot of cookies, right?
Okay.
Don't you see that there's some like residue up on, like there's some literal cookie like bits on your shirt after you eat a cookie?
Well, you know what? Some of us. Hey, what's up? How you doing? Good to see you. You. Okay. You're 14.
I'm
so
23.
Everything you eat ends up on your front.
Yeah, for the most part. I had a mayo stain after I went to Subway today. I had to take a little wet wipe and clean off my mayo stain. It was tough. I carry wet wipes in my car to make sure that you can't even tell that I had a mayo stain on. I went to that on Cumming. What was that? 20 would have been 26 and Cumming by the NP Mart. Went to that Subway over there. Got a nice little sandwich.
Good luck.
Did
you wear Kevlar?
No, I didn't. But I got a 6-inch cold cut white American cheese, tomato, lettuce, mayo, salt, pepper, oregano with a little bit of olive oil. Continue on, though. You're saying about cookies and crumbling?
I'm just saying that you should be able to eat a cookie, even a specialty cookie.
I disagree.
Without having stuff fall off of it.
This is why.
Because that seems like you're not getting the most out of the enjoyment of the cookie, that more of the cookie ends up on you than in your mouth.
This is why.
I know that context.
This is why. This is why we say.
I got to look. I mean, I decided.
This is how we say. The reason we say that's how the cookie. Stop it. All right. I didn't get a text from our higher ups, but if you do that again, we barely got away with it the first time because we were covering up our microphones. What I was saying though, that's why they say that's how the cookie crumbles, because no matter how you eat a cookie, little bits of pieces fall off the cookie and onto you, regardless of what you do. There is no technique that you can eat a cookie and it not crumble. You're the one who brought up this conversation.
I know, but then it moved into how to properly eat a cookie.
Take a bead.
No.
Why?
I'm not accepting a bead from you.
Well, I brought 5 beads here for you to wear, and you gave them out to random people who are now just wearing my beads. People are wearing Matt's beads. Here, take a bead.
Nope, I'm good.
Did you read all the sponsorships?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as you don't take a bead, we'll take a break. As we have a lot ahead of us today. Got to talk about college football and the Pandora's boxes that continue to open up. Also got to touch a little bit of an update on Nebraska football. We'll get into a little bit more of their recruiting. And still, we got to talk about the LSU Tigers.
Rocky Top,
the
you'll always be home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top. Rocky Top, Tennessee.
You're listening to Gary Matt on a special edition of Unsportsmanlike Conduct here on 1620 The Zone. Hour 2, presented by Nebraska Medicine, Fred and Pamela Buffett Cancer Centers. Get a second opinion at nebraskamed.com.
Time out. Now, give me the thing.
Stop it. Hour 2, presented by Nebraska Medicine, Fred and Pamela Buffett Cancer Centers. Get a second opinion at nebraskamed.com.
There is no
cancer.
R.
you were looking at me and I got nervous. It was like I was teeing off, like you're passing through a group and you're about to tee off in front of the group. You were looking at me like that, and I kind of shanked one into the woods there, messing up the Fred and Pamela Buffett Cancer
It's
Center.
okay. They're a new family that just came to Omaha.
Are they a startup? The Buffetts?
They just I believe they relocated to Omaha recently.
Okay, good for them.
Yeah.
Hopefully they got a nice little spot on the lot. Hey, this is the 1620 The Zone hydration sponsor. Is Coke Zero Sugar? Is Coke Zero Sugar the best Coke ever? Thanks for answering, guys. Take a taste. We are getting what?
Hey, well, I would have given you one for free if you would have said yes.
Yeah, we would have given
and
you
I
Coke
would have
Zero
given you
Sugar.
the bat, but keep it moving. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. So you came up. You did. If you would have said yes, I could have made your day. What?
Pizza. Regular on pizza?
No. A Diet Coke or not Diet Coke. Pizza with Coke?
Yeah, that's a good combo.
Okay, but what goes with Diet then?
What do you mean what goes
Everything
with Diet?
goes
Everything
with
goes with Diet. Everything goes with Diet Coke. Why are you now asking all the people? Diet Coke goes with everything.
Holy cow!
This guy's really passionate.
I
about
hope.
this.
Hey, hold on. I hope you guys play football.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Good Lord.
What year in high school?
You're a class of 2028?
Damn.
You're 15 years old?
Wow.
There was no way. How tall are you two? Oh, my Lord.
6'4", 2.
No, we're not guessing weights on the air.
Hey,
we're not guessing weights on the air.
You guys want to stay home and play football? Yeah.
Yeah. Where are you guys from? You both from Louisiana?
Mississippi?
Mississippi?
Hey.
Oh, no.
Hey.
Is Lane not happy?
Hey, do you guys want to play in the Big Ten?
Yeah. We got to.
Hey, Sea of Red, 90,000 every single Saturday.
The
state would love you guys. I could get you an NIL deal today.
Do you guys ever heard of a Runza before? We can get you unlimited Runzas. Okay?
Hey.
We can feed you.
Yeah.
We can give you all the food we want. We have the best training facility. You see the Nebraska training facility? Best in the country.
All right.
You don't want to play Big Ten
right.
football, do you?
We're going to be watching you
No.
guys play on Saturday someday. Good luck.
Are you guys? But Lane Kiffin can't be happy though that you're from Mississippi and you're all decked out in LSU gear, right? Is Lane on the phone? Is he not happy? Oh, okay.
Okay.
Well, here's the incredible thing. LSU, you guys do it right.
What if instead of NIL, what if I gave you some free Coke?
We can give you a couple Monster Energy drinks. All right. So I went on the LSU website today because I was doing some research. And when you go ahead and you click on any LSU player profile on your website, there's a button at the very bottom to donate to NIL for them. You go down there, it says donate to NIL, and then you can click on Let's Make a Deal. And then you email the LSU NIL people. And you put in your email and everything like that, and they try and get their athletes NIL deals just like that. It's
Nebraska recruits in Mississippi. Amir Abdullah is from Mississippi, played at Nebraska, had a great time. Karel Buckhalter was another running back. I'm just saying.
Malcolm Hartzog from Mississippi.
Hey, if you guys want to play in a football conference that's won the last 2 national championships, welcome to Nebraska.
Are you guys O-linemen or D-linemen? O-line? Yeah.
Damn, you guys are going to kill it.
You guys are tackles, right?
Good luck to both of you.
You're a guard? You're both guard? God dang. Wow. I know. They told me the class of 2028. It's absolutely So have you hit puberty yet? Are you guys going to grow more? Right. This is crazy. Like, what are we projecting? What? I'm just asking. I'm asking.
Sorry.
They're 15. They're 6'5".
Good luck to both of you guys, and go Tigers.
Yeah. Good luck, boys. Hey, you're a really good recruiter. Do you know that?
Okay, they're 15. I looked at their feet.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, the 2 gentlemen are going to be large human beings protecting somebody's blind side.
Did you see their ankles?
I don't.
They got small ankles.
We've had this discussion before.
They got small ankles.
I look at their feet.
When you have small ankles,
I look at their feet.
The smaller your ankle,
I look at their feet and I look at their
Everybody
hands.
knows that if you look at athletes' ankles, athletes have smaller ankles. Go Tigers. They have smaller ankles.
I know, ma'am. I get this every day. We do 20
I'm telling you. I'm just saying. You know this. It's the smaller the ankle, the better the athlete. Those guys were 6'5", and they had small ankles. They can move.
We need some fact checking.
No, this is
what the
hips and the ankles, Gary. That's what you're looking for. That and the hand size. How big are your hands? Did you see their hands? Were you looking at your hands when you were recruiting them? You gave them a riveting recruiting pitch. They were just ready to play at Memorial Stadium after you talked.
They're young. They were. I think they're a little frightened.
I was trying to get him to
Rough
say
Riders.
something about Lane Kiffin. I was trying to get him to
Go
spill
who?
the beans on Lane. He wouldn't spill.
Yeah.
You should have asked him how they like Brian
That's
Kelly.
a good sign. Two gigantic 15-year-old. I think they look like twins.
They had to be brothers.
Are wearing LSU football gear. They are monsters.
They are.
They will be
big humans.
Well, I mean,
we didn't get their names. We should have gotten their names, and we could have written them down and been like,
I'll search them.
You'll find them?
I'll search them.
I don't think they're committed. They're 2028 prospects.
Yeah, that's fine. They're fine. They're wearing
They're
LSU
massive human beings.
Yes.
Alrighty. Well,
here we're not done yet. We got it here. Okay.
Well, no. You gotta read the two that are behind that. We already read those two. Read those two.
Did we ever get our answer? Is Coke Zero?
I think it's the greatest Coke ever.
All right. Anybody that is in the area, please stop by the Zone booth. We're inside Omaha Baseball Village and register to win ice cream for a year from Ted and Wally's. Ted and Wally's official ice cream is 1620 The Zone. They've been in business for more than 35 years. If you're from Omaha, you know. If you're new to Omaha, you're about to find out they got over 3,000 flavors. The Benson location is great, but the Old Market location, I believe, is the OG, and that is like historic, and you can watch them make the ice cream. Also, KRT Athletic Muscle Cream, providing increased performance to people who suffer from muscle fatigue and cramps. You know, when you come out of the game here at the College World Series and you've thrown 100 pitches and you're into the seventh inning, you know what they do? They rub a little KRT on you. And also Cross Strain Brewing. When you come out of the game and you're feeling really good and you're old enough and it's post-game, you go to Cross Strain. Right across from the ballpark, right there in Millwork. Go and say, Gary sent you to say hello to Doug and see what Cross Strain can do
And
for
Bobby
you.
Cross.
Nebraska Fresh and always evolving.
Thank you, Gary. Look at that pizzazz. That was great pizzazz. That was great oomph. Done like a true professional.
Hey.
No, stop it. Stop. Okay?
We
cannot get canceled. We can't get canceled.
We don't say anything.
Okay. Well, we just have to make sure. That's not professional. But what is professional is what we have coming up after this break here at the Omaha Baseball Village. I've been Matt McMaster. This is Gary Sharp. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to a special edition on Sportsmanlike Conduct.
Hour 2, presented by Nebraska Medicine. Join our team at nebraskamed.com/careers. And the special edition Zone Hotline powered by the Store Law Group. Your outcome depends on what you do next.
Okay, so I was just talking to this LSU fan.
Okay,
and he told me the story. So this is how he became an LSU fan.
Go ahead.
He told me he spent last night in the arms of a girl in Louisiana.
Jeez. Okay.
And so he's thinking about coming to the College World Series.
Yeah.
And though he's out on a highway, his thoughts are still with her.
Yeah, okay.
He said it was such a strange combination of a woman and a child. Such a strange situation. Stopping every 100 miles. Calling Baton Rouge. Do I not get any credit for that?
No, you got no pop.
All right, here we go.
Was the most.
Here we go. I know what LSU fans respond to.
Go.
Nope, I can't do it.
I can't do it.
I can't do it.
No. If you're going to do it, be a man about it. Go ahead and do it. Let's do it.
Can't do it. I thought somebody would join me with calling Baton Rouge, but that's okay.
I'm guessing that came from Gary's email account, and it said forward, Baton Rouge.
We will not respond to that. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, he did the do it. Nope. Do it. Nope.
I sense much anger in you.
Well, and then so it continued. He had a replay of last night's events roll through his mind.
Yeah.
Except a scene or two by sweet red wine.
So I heard in the parking lot, I was in Lot D, which, by the way, it's a great party going on in Lot D right now. And there were LSU fans singing Dixieland Delight.
Whoa.
In the parking lot of Lot D. I got a question for the LSU fans out here. You see another LSU fan singing Dixieland Delight, do we remove their Tiger card? Yeah? We have to remove their Tiger card. You can't sing Dixieland Delight. And they were doing, parked up on a wall. F blank. And Tennessee, too. They were doing that. It's a Dixieland Delight. And they were Tiger fans.
Okay. As a guy,
Against the
as
wall.
a guy that has never been to the South, to someone who has been there,
Tallahassee.
You just absolutely butchered what Alabama fans insert.
Worked hard all week. Got a little jingle on a Tennessee Saturday night. Couldn't feel better. I'm together with my Dixieland Delight. See, that's how I know the song.
How bad did Jalen Milroe dice up LSU last year at Death Valley?
It was his best game of the year. I didn't know that Jalen Milroe could throw a football until he played LSU and Brian Kelly. That was a tough way to start the season for LSU with the USC game. And that was a tough start. Now, Brian Kelly on the hot seat, everybody? Did we get a woo? Is he on the hot seat? No? Yeah.
Wow. That's like a leading question. Hey, you're at the College World Series. You might have been drinking. Do you want to give me a woo?
Woo!
That must mean Brian Kelly's on the hot seat.
That's what it is. People are saying, when we go on the air, I'm going to be like, hey, people are saying Brian Kelly's on the hot seat. They got to win this year. A lot of expectations.
A lot of people have to win this year.
I like to put everybody on the hot seat. You know me. Lincoln Riley's on the hot seat.
They got a big game to begin the year.
Brian Kelly's on the hot seat. Brent Venables is on the hot seat. This might be college football.
See, that's what you are.
Process.
That's the problem with youth, is you want to fire everybody, okay? It's all about the process, okay?
Sure.
It's all about the process.
I think you can make an argument Brent Venables and Lincoln Riley are probably on the hot seat after
everybody
4 years.
Jay Johnson is on the hot seat.
That is not
if they
true.
Come up short
I did not
year,
tell them.
People are like,
no one's saying that Jay
23.
Johnson's on the hot seat.
Every coach is on the hot seat.
That's not the NBA. NBA, everybody's on the hot seat in the NBA.
All you young kids want to do is just fire everybody. You don't want to work.
True.
You just want to stay at home. You want to get benefits and all that stuff. You want to just fire everybody.
Okay, Boomer. I mean, that's a ridiculous statement. We're working hard out here, all right? Look at these good, hard-working people out at the Omaha Baseball Village.
Told me that this is the hardest you've ever worked in your life.
Yeah.
You never want to work this hard ever again.
I've worked like 15 straight days. And by the end of this stretch, I have worked 20 straight days. I'm very tired. My throat's gone. I asked, do you want a cough drop? And you go, yes. And I warned you, they got a little kick to them now.
Hey, can I have a little piece of...
what is that? Is that General Tso's chicken?
No, that looks really good. Sorry, I can't. It's Saturday.
What does Saturday have to do with that? You can't have orange chicken on a Saturday?
Don't have orange chicken on a Saturday. It's bad luck.
Is there other things that you don't have on Saturdays?
No, just orange chicken. It's bad luck.
And on Sundays?
Yeah, you got to read the tea leaves. It'll tell you it's bad luck.
Is that what General Tso says?
I'm not sure. I'm not familiar with General Tso.
Have you ever met him before?
I don't know where I would meet him.
Panda Express. He's always there. You get the General Tso's chicken.
So you're saying that the person behind the counter is always named General?
I think there's a General Tso in all of us, and we're just trying to find it.
Ma'am, have you heard listening to this? Do you believe any of this?
Hey, come by the Zone booth
No.
at the bullpen inside Omaha Baseball Village and register to win a 1620 The Zone prize pack of KC Royals porch tickets and ice cream for a year from Ted and Wally's 13th and Mike Fahey. And special thanks to KRT Athletic Muscle Cream, providing increased performance to people who suffer from muscle fatigue and cramps. And by Cross Stream Brewing, Nebraska, fresh and always evolving. You're listening to this special edition of Unsportsmanlike Conduct with Gary and Matt. Hey, special thanks to KRT Athletic Muscle Cream. They've been here all week with us. Shout out. They came on. We did an interview with them. They've been giving us their KRT Muscle Cream. It is absolutely incredible. KRT Muscle Cream. I'm telling you right now, Josh Hodgson, when I got the cream, I have a bad back. I've been using the cream the last couple of days, this KRT muscle cream. You put it on. You can put it on before your workouts. It kind of gets the muscles going. Then you do your workout. You put it on after the workout, too. People swear by this thing. If you're an athlete, it's known to improve performance. So KRT muscle cream, providing increased performance to people who suffer from muscle fatigue and cramps. And also by Cross Strain Brewing, I was able to meet the Cross of Cross Strain, Mr. Bobby Cross, this week. Absolutely awesome. The dude is an absolute top-notch guy. Had a couple of different of their beers. They got the Fairy Nectar, which is one of the best beers I've had, period, end of story. Awesome. But also had the Cabana Cruiser from Cross Strain as well. Also a high-quality beer.
If you had Cornhead Lager.
I had not had Cornhead Lager, which that is the Cross Strain NIL beer, correct, for Nebraska football.
Yep.
The 1890 beer, which 1890 putting in a lot of work. NIL putting in a lot of work right now for Nebraska football this weekend as they got to start getting these recruits. Yesterday they got one recruit, tight end Luke Sorensen, which was kind of known. But hey, Cross Strain Brewing, Nebraska fresh and always evolve.
He had an impressive offer list.
He did, and so he was listed as a 3-star when he committed. What are you doing?
No, keep going.
He was listed as a 3-star when he committed, but I also have seen him listed as a 4-star in other places. This is a really impressive stretch of now tight end recruits for Nebraska football. I mean, if you're dating back here, Thomas Fedoni was the top tight end recruit of his class. Carter Nelson, the top tight end recruit of his class. Now you have Luke Sorensen, who is in the upper echelon of tight end recruits. But even going back to Austin Allen was one hell of a tight end during the Scott Frost era, who probably didn't get utilized to the ability that he should have. But now we're getting to the point where potentially after Fedoni, now Allen didn't get drafted. He was signed, but then Fedoni did get drafted. We'll see what happens here too.
You're burying their biggest pickup.
What is that?
The highest ranked guy in Carter Nelson.
Well, that's what I said. I said Carter Nelson. So I said we'll see what happens to. I was starting with Fedoni gets drafted. We'll see what happens with Luke Lindenmeyer because we're expecting him to have a pretty big season and see if he can maybe make his way to the NFL draft. And then Carter Nelson, obviously too, who currently right now nursing a hip injury, being told that or is it a hip injury? He's nursing an injury?
He's back.
Right now. Is he back?
Yeah. Did you not? So the Husker games, he sprinted out onto the field. But
I thought the timeline was up to fall ball, or is he good to go now? Okay.
He is making progress where he'll be cleared and he'll be ready to go for fall camp.
We had this conversation earlier today on the I-80 Club, and there was some confusion of he's obviously had to go through some surgery, but currently good and ready to go. I was told he's getting healthier. But anyway, Nebraska could potentially in the next couple of years have a couple of tight ends that are playing in the NFL, which would be really, really good for the program and really good for the publicity of what they're producing over here.
All right. When you come here to talk tight ends, we're inside of Baseball Village. We're in the bullpen. You can register to win a $16.20 The Zone prize pack. Ma'am, you want to go see the Royals? You got a kegs? Who are we talking to? Hey, congratulations. When's the wedding? January. All right. You like him? All right. Good luck.
That was a good answer by her, by the way, saying, I hope you love your fiance.
You can stop here to register to get a prize pack. If you are a Gator fan, it's great to be a Florida Gator. Say it's great to be a Florida Gator. Jack Caglione playing for the Royals.
He hit up 2 bombs the other day. Look at a Florida Gator t-shirt there. Absolutely, young man. Yeah, he's got a bat, too. Better hit home runs with that thing, young man.
Hey, I believe that the Gators kicked you. Price pack of Royals tickets, porch tickets. Oh, man. Hey, I saw Micah Mazuka. He almost beat up one of your players. Ice cream for a year from Ted Wally's, 13th and Mike Fahey. That's where we're at. Also, I was like, hey, Ted Wally's is not at 13th and Mike Fahey. Special edition Zone Hotline. You want to call the show? Ma'am, call the show. Like I'm going to call Baton Rouge for you, honey. It's powered by Sedora Law Group. I know you're married. Your outcome depends on what you do next. All right.
Was that just a competition to see if you could read the reads better than I could read the reads?
What's up, brother? Go Tigers. Tigers. Tigers.
We got to ask these LSU people how they like the food of Omaha because
We went to this place called Jazz.
Yeah. We got to ask them if they've been to Broncos.
Hey,
how are you? Good to see you. I'm drinking today. Wow, I had no idea.
I would have never guessed it.
Couldn't have guessed.
Is that I thought that was a cowbell around your neck. It's a little. Yeah.
I got a fever.
Yeah.
And the only nice jersey.
Hey, nice to meet you. I've heard about you before.
How you doing, Matt? Nice
Good
to
see
meet you.
No, and good stuff. Good stuff.
You have a great look, Jordan. Look at you. You got a good look. Look, he's got the nice chain. He's got the Caitlin Clark jersey on.
Alyssa, who is Power 106, Sweet 98. She's
Yes.
a babe of power.
One of the best around.
Yeah. All right.
One of the best.
Have fun.
Around.
Hydrate
And
properly.
nothing's going to bring Alyssa down. She's the best. Around.
We go till 5:45.
Yeah.
Until the game starts. Yes.
Who do you got tonight, Jordan? Who do you think is going to win? LSU? You think LSU is going to win? Alyssa, who do you think is going to win? It's LSU versus Coastal Carolina.
No.
We're not doing a giveaway. No.
Yeah.
No, unfortunately.
We did it yesterday. Sorry.
Go Coastal Carolina, man.
ECU.
See,
Who do you guys have?
I think Coastal Carolina is going to win tonight.
On a streak.
Yeah, 26 wins, Jordan. Very good. Look at you. You know your stuff. Look at these Cowboys.
When you get into that rhythm as a team, it's hard to lose.
Look at that. Go Blackhawks.
But,
Blackhawks just made a trade.
But LSU this won't be.
LSU is LSU.
Yeah. But they're good. Coastal Carolina is really, really good.
Who's favored money-wise?
That'd be LSU.
They're favored.
Yep.
What's the money line?
Minus 140.
I got to look up Mixed Sportsbook.
Yeah, it's there's not much separation.
Coastal Carolina, that might
Yeah.
be a good bet.
Yep. I agree. Hey, Alyssa, this is a man. Look at that.
It's nice to meet
Rocking a
you guys.
Caitlin Clark jersey. Nice.
I know.
Nice.
Hey, go
All right. Oh, whoa.
Whoa.
Hey.
That is not okay. We are axing this conversation. This is stricken from the
How
record.
screwed did Nebraska get by the officials? In that
Yeah.
game? Yeah. Hey. Oh, I think there's been another block in the back as Caleb Johnson runs by.
Hey. Hey, get ready to learn Mike Eckler, buddy. Get ready to learn him. All right, moving on here. He's a special teams coordinator. Should get to know him. Get to know who he is. Well, we got one better than LeVar Woods now. So, Coastal Carolina plus 114.
Yeah, nice meeting you too.
Plus
Yeah.
114 money line.
LeVar is.
That was pretty
LeVar's
damn
really
good.
good.
He's pretty damn good. Plus 114 money line for Coastal Carolina right now. If you want to take the run line at plus 1.5, you can get that at minus 154. LSU moving at minus 145. Now, to win the series, I don't know what the odds are, unfortunately. I'm looking for them here right now. Cannot find them. But there you go. LSU,
Thank you. That
big
was
favorite today.
Great radio.
There's your
there.
betting up. I'm looking on my phone. I didn't know what the series line was.
You are a everyday that ends in Y gambler, and you don't have it up on your phone.
I don't, Gary. You know that I don't bet on sports that I don't know. Okay, I do not know college baseball to the point where I'm going to put my hard-earned cash on college baseball. Now, Denny Hamlin tomorrow is going to be one hell of a bet. He's riding the Pocono. That kicks off at 3 o'clock.
No one cares.
He
No
looked
one
great
cares.
in that car today. Tyler Reddick wouldn't be a bad bet either. I thought Bubba Wallace could potentially be a good bet for Pocono, but his car didn't start during the qualifying. So he couldn't go. So I would just put it on Denny and Tyler. That's what I bet on. I don't bet on college baseball. I would bet on like an over-under maybe for Cade Anderson innings pitch tonight. You can take these bats, boys. You want? Well, not take them, but you can like look at them. They're not free, you know. You can like take a couple swings out of them. Where are you guys from? Omaha, Nebraska. Who are you guys rooting for? Oh, well, they're not playing tonight.
Oh, so you guys are local.
These are local
You live
guys.
here in Omaha? Oh, okay.
LSU tonight. Go Tigers.
You guys like the College World Series being in your town?
I've loved it since it was at Rosenblatt.
Yeah.
All the baseball tournaments that go around matter so much. I think
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, thanks for having us. We're happy to be here in Omaha.
you guys are 1620 of the man. I listen to you guys all day at work.
Oh, thank you.
Connor, me and Connor went to a school together at Central.
All right.
You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I thought I was going to slip it by him that we're not from Omaha, but I kind of gave it up.
He said right here, it's from Omaha. That's the first thing he said. He looks like he's rocking the LSU look right now. He's got like the button up, like he's fishing.
Oh,
He's got the
God.
croakies. He's got the hat on. That guy, he's dressed like a guy.
Josh, come get your boy.
What?
Josh, come get your boy.
That looks like a guy he's really good at fishing, who knows how to catch some bass.
So he's from Louisiana?
Yes.
I'll tell you what. I'd go to Minnesota and find that guy.
Let me tell you this. There's a lot of people here in LSU
Oh,
here.
my God.
They look like they've hunted alligators before. You know, they look like they've got an alligator tail up on the wall or two. You want a PGA Tour update over at the Travelers Championship? Tommy Fleetwood leads the field right now at 16 under, trailed by Keegan Bradley at 13 under, Russell Henley at 13 under, and your boy Jason Day at 11 under. Unfortunately, we started the day thinking that this would be a Scotty Scheffler, Justin Thomas, Rory McIlroy showdown for the ages, but it has not turned that way. Golf has golfed, and so now all the mid-tier golfers that you may not care about are about to win the Travelers Championship tomorrow, which I didn't bet on that. You can be proud of me. I read the pamphlet. Didn't bet on the golf. Game 7 of the NBA Finals this tomorrow. Are you excited about that?
Yes. Bet the under.
Okay.
Because do you know that we have not had a team reach 100 points in the Game 7 of an NBA Final since '88? Now, there's not a huge sample size, but there's enough.
Sure.
Just a very quirky thing.
Well, 2016, what the score of that game was.
The Heatles were the last to do it.
In 2013?
Yes. And by the way, that is the anniversary today of the Miami Heat beating the Oklahoma City Thunder to win the first title with your LeBron James.
Well, their second title all time. Their first title with LeBron James, which would be one of two, which you could argue the Miami Heat were responsible for maybe one of the more disappointing dynasties, considering the fact that, they weren't even a dynasty. They just won back-to-back titles. You should have had four. You should have went 11, 12, and 13 pretty easily, but somebody sucked the air out of was that the Cramp game? Was that the Cramp series in 2011?
San Antonio turned up the heat.
Yeah, in 2013. Yeah. Well, tomorrow will be Game 7 of the NBA Finals.
Good.
And all of the discourse that I've seen, has been, will Tyrese Halliburton be the worst blank in NBA Finals history? That's all we're talking about.
What?
Oh, we are talking alligators. You have some alligators? Are those the ones you hunted?
Oh, I see where you're from. Yeah. Hey, I'm from. Hey, you guys got nothing on us, Florida alligators. Our alligators are more ferocious.
Are you really bragging alligators right now?
Hey, but that is a great town that you are from. That is, seriously, in all honesty, that is a really good place. I've been through there before. Port Sulphur? Yeah, that's where you're from. Port Sulphur. I'm pronouncing it wrong because I don't speak Cajun. I know. Just like it's Gainesville.
Can you try and pronounce it Cajun for us, please? I would like to hear this.
No.
Do you have a prediction for tomorrow's NBA Finals?
No, I do not. No, I don't. Let's take a break because we have these lovely ladies that are running the hat shop next to us that want to tell us about their business. And then we're going to talk to them, and then we're going to come back, and then we're going to make our predictions of not only tonight, but we are – don't touch that. Just kidding. And our predictions for the series.
Don't go anywhere. He was freaked out. He crapped his pants. You're listening to Gary and Matt on a special edition of Unsportsmanlike Conduct in the OBV Village. Don't go anywhere.
All right, update. The Jello Shot Challenge.
Oh, okay.
So it is not going to come close to what LSU fans did in 2023 when they purchased 68,888.
Where are they at now, though?
They are over 40K, so the top two all-time are LSU. I just did the math here. That is $230,000, $230,025 spent on Jello shots by LSU fans.
Oh, my
now,
God.
The one thing here that is cool about this, what they've done, Kevin and the other guys over at Rocco's, is $1 from each shot goes to the local food bank of the purchaser's school, and then 50 cents they give to the local food bank right here in Omaha. So it has been kind of a light year, but thank you LSU fans.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think from the get-go you probably could have predicted with the lack of SEC teams that it wasn't going to be the heaviest Jello shot year in terms of the numbers that they're getting. But there is one thing that we do know and that we've learned from this week in Omaha. It's that LSU fans show up. Outside of the first game of the College World Series, LSU fans show up, and they've been showing up big time. They've actually, I think they announced yesterday that they were up to about, I think it was tweeted out like 90,000 or 80,000 that was being donated to the food banks across the colleges alone. So massive shout out to Rocco's and what they've been doing. That shot challenge that has captivated this city and that has captivated this event. We're rearing up a little bit here. We've seen some more and more people flooding through. I think, though, we've seen less LSU gear and more just general gear in terms of, yes, that's a torpedo bat.
Because I believe that most are going to the game, so they started to make their way into the stadium.
What is the official? We'll get the weather from Josh, right, in the final segment of the show. We're taking this all the way up to 5:45, and we'll swing it over to the Chuck box for Game 1. Now, I do want to talk about something that happened over these last few days where, when NIL happened in college sports, I think the idea is that, hey, Pandora's box is now open, right? Now that athletes can get paid and teams and colleges can now legally go ahead and pay players, that there was a lot of things that it was going to be the wild, wild west when it comes to pay to play and NIL and trying to get certain players to come to your team, and that the things that were being done illegally are now legal. But what has been happening across college sports, and it's been zero secret to anybody, is tampering. Okay, there have been stories after stories of teams. You can pick up the bat, yeah, of teams after teams who are contacting. You can't take the bat. You can swing the bat if you want to. It's totally fine. But like I'm saying, there are teams that contact other teams' players, whether it be in the offseason, whether it be during the season, trying to recruit them before the transfer portal window opens. We now have our first lawsuit. For these, we're not selling them.
You got to go right over there to Tucci.
Yeah, Tucci. You go those way. We're not selling them.
Yeah.
It's called Tucci. It's called a torpedo bat.
Yeah, Tucci's right there.
And that's from Easton. That's also not sold. Those are our bats. But no, they're just the regular old made Tucci bats that they just. Yeah, go ahead, man. Yeah, swing a bat. Go and hit those singles. Yep. Yeah. Well, you're a smaller guy. You hit singles. It's okay. They pay for that. So, like I was saying, we have our first lawsuit. Miami went ahead. They clearly tampered with a Wisconsin defensive back. His name was Xavier Lucas. Wisconsin literally said in their release, we're not happy we're doing this, but we have to do this to stop tampering. And so now, once again, we are going to have a precedent-setting lawsuit that is going to determine a lot of things when it comes to college sports. And we just can't get away from that.
So, I mean, we all are in agreement that something has to be done with tampering.
Yes.
My only thing is this a violation of a rule or is this a legal matter?
So what Wisconsin is claiming is that Lucas had signed a 2-year contract, and so that he was fully under contract.
Is this like NIL-ish? This isn't a legal matter, right? This is a rule they broke. That's where my confusion is. I think tampering has to be dealt with, and I hope this starts something. But are they?
So the University of Wisconsin,
is it a law?
So I have an answer for you. The University of Wisconsin filed a lawsuit Friday claiming that the Miami football team broke the law by tampering with a Badger player, a first-of-its-kind legal attempt to enforce the terms of a financial contract between a football player and his school.
So are they inadvertently admitting that he is an employee
Yeah,
of
so
the
that's
you
where
go.
it's a rule. It's an NCAA rule, but it's not a law.
Yes.
So
they are claiming
that is. So how can you file a lawsuit over a rule?
So they are claiming, that's a great question. They are just claiming that they broke the law. That
All right, 7-3 LSU. That means Kate Anderson got some run support tonight.
That they breached the contract that Xavier Lucas was signing with Wisconsin. So the lawsuit refers to an athlete in question. It's student-athlete 8, but that's Xavier Lucas. And basically what happened is that Lucas tried to enter the portal. Wisconsin told him, no, we are not going to process you into the portal. You signed your contract. Lucas then just left Wisconsin, which in and itself is wild. Because then it just says the transfer portal doesn't exist as well, that you can just unenroll from a school and re-enroll to any school and you'll be okay.
So what happens with the situation with Proctor, who was at Alabama, went to Iowa for a cup of coffee and then left?
So I don't know. See, that's the thing. That has been the weird thing about a lot of these situations, Gary, is that we've seen it happen with Nico Mailava, Madden Amilava, where people were hesitant to sue and have lawsuits and try and get money back because they don't know what the rules are. They don't know what the laws are. And they definitely don't want to start something that then leads down a road where it becomes it's not a good advantage for anyone in the sport.
This is why, again, I think we need to find a way to stop tampering. And
yeah,
I don't know, because like Josh O just said, then you have to admit that they are employees and they're not yet. So this was a rule that was broken, not a law, because that law doesn't happen until July 1. So I don't know. There's nobody rooting for Miami in this, but I don't know how Wisconsin wins this. That's my thing.
This to me.
And what happens, the Big Ten made a statement about competitive equity.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. What about when other schools start suing Big Ten schools?
Well, so that's the other thing, too, where this, I think for a little bit with the whole tampering thing and the contract thing that everybody admitted, even the head coach of Nebraska has gone on the podium multiple times and said there are teams talking to our players while they're still on our team. And people have claimed that Nebraska has done the same thing.
Somebody offered $4.5 million to a Vanderbilt quarterback. I mean, I don't know if this is the right path, but maybe it's the start that they have to find a way on tampering. But if we do have contracts that are signed, because there are also going to be buyouts involved, at least that's what it sounds like, then maybe that is the start. I just think this happened before any of this became a legal matter.
I think in Wisconsin's address where they go, hey, we don't, this isn't something we're happy to do, right? I think they know the stakes of what could this potentially cause and what precedent this might cause. But at the same time, I think that they're putting kind of 10 toes down and saying in a way, hey, we have to do something.
Yep.
This isn't right. Tampering isn't right, and we have to be the ones to take a stand for it. Maybe if people don't disagree with it.
Is that lady right there dressed as a tiger?
Yes, she is. She is in a full tiger outfit dress here. She's got, ma'am.
No. Did you know you're dressed as a tiger? You said you're Michelle Ho what?
Okay.
Michelle the tiger? Wow. Come on over here.
Oh. Michelle the tiger's coming over here.
Hold on, Harrison. 1 second. No problem. Okay. Oh, boy.
Matt, nice to meet you.
Hey,
Harrison, nice to meet you.
Okay, so can we have a headset here?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
you want to?
Here, hold on.
Here.
All right. All right, here. Okay. Hey. Okay. Wait. Wait. All right. One quick question for the tiger.
Yeah.
You are dressed as a tiger.
Yeah.
Why?
LSU.
All right.
LSU.
All right. All right. Is this a normal outfit that you wear to games?
I
All right.
graduated from LSU, and I'm an LSU alumni. This is an average game day outfit. And
Cool.
go Tigers, we're going to win the whole thing.
All right. Thank you.
We got Harrison here of Patch Cats. Harrison,
Thank you.
You've had one of the best hat stands in general in the Omaha Baseball Village. How has this
Appreciate it.
experience been for you?
It's been incredible. This year, we've done so much, and we've met so many people. Last year was our first year here. And, this year people knew where we were. And it's been absolutely incredible being here.
Okay. So where did the cord hat come back? How did we get back to that?
I'm from California, and it's a little bit of that retro vibe, California vibe. So when we made the hats, first thing I said was we need a cord hat. We need to bring it back, and we did a UCLA Brumaha hat for our UCLA hat this year, and they just went crazy because people in California love that stuff. And honestly, it's our best seller, which is awesome.
So the idea, though, just in general of, hey, we're going to let people customize their hats. We're going to give people the canvas to do what they want. Where did that start for you? And then what have been the difficulties? And maybe do you tell someone if they have an ugly-looking hat, hey, maybe we don't put those patches in those spots with those combos? What do you do in that regard?
We started this a little over a year ago. My wife and her sister were really the founders of it. They worked in a boutique, and we thought, what can we do to be niche?
Sure.
And the custom hats were kind of starting to gain traction, and we were like, we want to do custom hats. And we only focus on hats. That's what we do. Mm-hmm. And it's grown so much. We met the SEC last year. We did the SEC spring meetings this year. We made custom hats for all their coaches, all their athletic directors, university presidents. We went out to the SEC baseball tournament this year.
Wow, that's incredible.
So we made a bunch of hats for the schools out there, and it was incredible, but what people love is custom.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, what we do is we make a custom hat, a one-of-one. So when people come and, you can buy an LSU hat or the Coastal Carolina hat at the bookstore. And it's the same thing that you can buy, everyone else can buy. But what we do is we carry a custom hat. You can put patches on the side, patches on the front, and it makes it a one-of-one ordeal. And that's what people love. So that's kind of the vibe that we do.
So people can come see you in person, and you're right next to our booth here in Baseball Village. Do you have a website?
Yeah, shoppatched.com is our website. Our Instagram is shoppatched. So both of those are where we post most of our stuff. We do a lot. We're a local company here in Omaha, so we do a lot with Creighton, a lot with University of Nebraska. We're starting to get in some NIL deals, so we're going to do something with Harper Murray. Our first NIL deal we did was Tegan Kavan. She won the MVP for the Women's
Texas.
College World Series.
Yeah, Texas softball in Des Moines.
It's incredible. I mean, we started a year ago. We had no idea where this would go, and it just keeps growing.
Okay, so when we think of hats, most of us think us sitting up here, we wear a hat. But you have a huge female a base of people.
100%.
I look over, and it's nothing but females that are buying
100%.
hats. What's the appeal to the female to buy your hat?
Oh,
so I would say the base of where we started was as a female boutique. And, for me, I always say golf and baseball, those are the two things. Hats and baseball, hats and golf are like peanut butter and jelly, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's something we're going to grow. But what we started with was the female demographic. My wife, being in the female world with the boutique, she understood what people like and what they want to do. And that's where we started. And it's really the root of what we have. But at the same time, when we think of custom and what we do, honestly, the female demographic tailors to them a little bit more, which is awesome.
Harrison of Patch Hats here in the Omaha Baseball Village. Come here, come get a hat. I'm telling you, man, you guys have been crowded. It's been incredible to see all the people coming through. Been selling that J-Sker hat too, which flew off the shelves.
Sold out of that?
Yeah, you sold out of the.
We sold out of the J-Sker, sold out of all of our Omaha hats. People love the custom stuff.
Yeah,
appreciate you guys having me on. We're right next. We're here in the Baseball Village inside the Diamond Ball. If you guys want to come by,
and you'll be here tomorrow.
We'll be here tomorrow. Okay. We have some LSU colors and coastal colors and things like that. So if you want to come make a custom hat, we'll be here.
Thank you so much, Harrison. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
That's Harrison.
Appreciate you guys.
Patch Cats. Make sure to come to the Omaha Baseball Village and pick up a Patch Cat. They've been doing an incredible job. And come by the Zone booth at the bullpen inside Omaha Baseball Village and register to win a 1620 The Zone prize pack of KC Royals porch tickets and ice cream for a year from Ted and Wally's 13th. And Mike Fahey, the special edition Zone hotline powered by the Sedora Law Group. Your outcome depends on what you do next. She was dressed as a tiger. Yes, she's got a lot of tiger spirit.
Good luck, ma'am.
And you had the audacity to go for who are you rooting for? Yeah, she's rooting for Coastal Carolina dressed up as a tiger.
She had to ask the question.
I love the commitment. It's a very pretty dress that she's wearing, but the ears are as well are very. It does the touch.
They're so passionate about their university. God bless them.
The Henry Dorley Zoo isn't the only place you can find tigers. It'll be here at Charles Schwab Field as the Tigers take on the Chanticleers. We'll be making our picks as we're only 20 minutes away from game time.
Good luck with your wedding.
Here on the special edition of Unsportsmanlike Conduct. I'm Matt. That's Gary.
Already, we are.
Whoa.
I'm hot right now on this microphone. We are a couple minutes away from our pregame or just the start of Coastal Carolina versus LSU, the Tigers versus the Chanticleers, the probable, maybe, number 1 overall pick in Cade Anderson versus Cam Flukie.
I think it'll be Matt Holliday's son.
Ethan Holiday?
I think Ethan Holiday will be the number 1 overall pick.
Matt Holiday has to be like the greatest coach ever to get both of his sons to be number 1 overall picks.
I think he's probably, I don't know if it has to do coaching. It probably has a little bit to do with DNA. He's
Probably has to do
got a
with
little
routine.
Part of a little good baseball in him.
Once you know how to do it once, you can replicate it over and over again. But very well could be the guy who's pitching on the mound today, and it won't be the first time we've seen a potential number 1 pick for LSU on the mound in the College World Series. Josh!
Hello, boys.
How are ya?
I'm fine. I am here to tell you that the injury report is presented by KRT Athletic Muscle Cream, providing increased performance to people who suffer from muscle fatigue and cramps. 2 days of rest.
Yeah.
You know what I'm going to say. Everybody's good.
Everybody's healthy.
Everybody's good to go. They had 2 days. They rubbed some KRT on it. They're good.
This has been an incredible College World Series where no one's gotten hurt. No one's been injured.
Yeah.
Nobody on the
That's
injury
true.
report.
That's true.
Yeah, thank you. Your traffic today presented by Park Omaha. Make a game plan for your parking. Learn more about parking in advance at parkomaha.com. You'll see the usual congestion points. Make sure to watch out for pedestrians as you're making your way downtown today. Remember, everybody
Josh
might
is in the
not be
helicopter.
as familiar with downtown as you are. You're the smartest driver. Nobody else is. They're all from out of town, so they might be zigging and zagging and not knowing where they're going.
Hey, there was a guy at 10th and Cumming. He just, in the middle of the street, just pulled up the old parking brake and got out of his truck when I was coming here.
Really?
Yeah, he just got out of his truck. He left it right there. There was a huge backup from all the way by the marquee sign. You know,
He just parked his car in the middle of the road?
On Cumming, all the way back
Old.
to like past that Burger Theory. Because
Oh my God!
Because the guy just, I don't know if he just gave up, and he just, and it wasn't like it just crashed out on him. The guy just parked it and got out.
Yeah, Susie looks good, middle of the road, good right here. Let's put her down.
Traffic presented by Park Omaha. Make a game plan for your parking. Learn more about parking in advance at parkomaha.com. Who you got, boys?
Give me the Chanticleers. 26 in a row. I think they shock LSU today. They get to Cade Anderson pretty early. Anderson has had some pretty good outings, but Anderson isn't, he's given up 6 runs 2 outings ago against West Virginia. You can get to the young man. I think the Chanticleers, with the wind blowing in, plays to their advantage. Give me Coastal Carolina.
LSU wins tonight. Coastal Carolina wins tomorrow, and we'll see you on Monday.
I'm going to go with Carolina in 2. I think Coastal wins today and tomorrow. They prove to the baseball world, even though that they don't really have to, that they are legit. Do you know what's legit? This show is legit. Our broadcast is legit. I want to thank so much Jake back doing the 1s and 2s in studio. For Josh Hodgson, for Gary Sharp, I've been Matt McMaster. This has been a special edition of Unsportsmanlike Conduct here at the CWS. Thanks for listening.